Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. I think it's like an angle.
Mm-hmm. And it's because we're directly under.
Still looks too dark, you think?
It's gonna look like this because we're directly under it.
Okay, so we didn't go live yesterday because I actually forgot.
Is your contrast over there?
Yes. Like this. Like bright?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. No, but we weren't live yesterday because I'm off from work, and I definitely forgot that yesterday was Sunday. I thought yesterday was Saturday.
Yo, he's gonna be bugging.
Yes, and Tamia is not here to help us with Connor,
He's
so
definitely gonna be bugging.
bear with us. We can give him that because he's probably done with the
So we're gonna be jumping back and forth.
Probably she's not here, so we kind of don't have a choice. But we're gonna be speaking about two different topics today. We usually do that anyway, but I just wanted to let you guys know. The first one is fathers disciplining your child, meaning like if the father was to discipline their child by hitting them or whatever, do any of us feel that it sends a certain type of message? Like does that send a message like your child would be willing to take abuse when he or she gets older, or what type of message do you feel like that will send if the father disciplined their child? And the reason why I'm asking that is because I was listening to the radio and
what radio station? Who?
107.5.
Who was on the radio? Steve Harvey.
Early in the morning, and a guy sent a strawberry letter, and he was basically explaining like
what's a strawberry letter?
A letter that people send to the radio station.
Okay.
And he was basically explaining in the letter that he popped his daughter in the mouth, and because his daughter was being disrespectful to him, and she went to fight back like with a fist, and she swung on him, and they started tussling.
And how old is his daughter?
She was 16.
And he's still popping her in the mouth?
Yeah.
I'd have broke her fucking neck.
So Steve Harvey basically was like, that is unacceptable. Like basically just telling the man outright, like that was unacceptable. You should not be hitting your child. Basically, if you're hitting your daughter, all you're doing is letting her know that it's a right for someone that she loves to discipline her, but someone that she loves to abuse her, was what Steve Harvey said. Me, I 120% disagree with his statement.
And why is that?
Because I feel like sometimes daughters need that type of discipline from their father as well, because just getting discipline from your mom, it doesn't always lead to, okay, fine, I learned from that. No, you also need a stern person to discipline you as well. And I personally don't think if you get disciplined at home, that is going to make it officially okay for you to feel like, okay, so a man could abuse me because my father disciplined me. It's two different things. Being abused and getting disciplined is two different things. So that's why I definitely disagree with that. Like, ultimately disagree with that, because if your father popped you in the mouth as a way because you're disrespecting him or talking to him some type of way, or even not even popping you in the mouth, however he decides to discipline you, if he does that, to me, it's just discipline. Like, what did you do for you to get popped in your mouth? What did you do to your father for you to get your ass whipped by your father? So that's discipline. Now, getting abused by a man, what did you do to a man for you to get abused? It still don't make it okay.
Okay.
To get abused. Like, okay, I did this, or I talked back to my man, or this, that, and the third. No, that is abuse. Disrespecting your father is disrespecting your father. Like, it's two different things. So that's why I don't feel like that is the same type of thing.
Some people feel like if you hit somebody, that is abuse. No matter the
discipline
relationship
or not, yeah.
So I say it's tricky, but I will still pop the shit out of my daughter until she's about 21. And even then,
I disagree with him tussling with her.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's what I said when you first told me the story. Like, oh, we started tussling. Like, what? If I'm gonna smack the shit out of my daughter, I'm gonna call her mother to fuck her up because I'm too strong to be going back and forth with my daughter. But you gotta start to see where it starts from, though. Like, where did that begin? Why do they have a type of relationship where she felt like she could swing on her father? I think that was crazy. Well, no, I've considered swinging on my mother. When you're angry and you don't think, Would I ever swing on my mom? Hell no. You know, when you was a child, he was like, yo, she smacked me again. I'm going to smack her.
But that's what I mean with a son and their mom, because, you know, I actually swung on my mom at 16, 17, and she fucked us up.
Yeah, you learn not to ever do it again, right?
Yes.
Right.
But trying to swing on your dad because you already were disrespecting him prior to, and why does that child feel that comfortable enough to disrespect her dad like that? What is going on? You know, everybody's household is
just
different.
Crazy. Well, some of these kids is just bad, but that's why I believe in disciplining my children.
I feel like everybody's household is different, but I also do feel like if, for instance, I'm talking to you like shit.
You mean as you?
Just in a relationship, me and you, and I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker, nigga, every day, just disrespecting you. I personally do feel like Tamia will try that to you. I personally do feel like she will definitely try to disrespect you. I do feel like that, because I know, you know, there's a lot of women that feel like because they're disrespecting the man that the child is not going to do that to their father.
The child's going to do what they see.
But, yeah, exactly. So, exactly.
It would really be on. Well, it's hard to say because what happens in people's homes is very different. You don't know the inside of the intricacies of the story. But I don't see my daughter swinging on me. And if she do, that'll be the last time she ever swung on anybody. What
do you guys think if you discipline your child, if the father disciplined their daughter or son, do you feel like the son will be taking that as a sign, like as they get older, to be in a relationship, an abusive relationship?
Who would take it as that?
The child.
No, I don't think that at all. I think if a father figure, if my son sees me beating Tamia with a belt, that's because she did something wrong and she need her ass whooped. I don't think he will accumulate that to me choking the shit out of you and smacking you and degrading you as a woman. Mm-hmm. Big difference, two different things, especially when you're teaching your children right or wrong.
That's what I was saying.
That's a big no. But we definitely got some comments. One of the first comments is, clown. That might be her last words. That's a comment in regards to their daughter swinging on a parent. I'm not. I never, you know what's crazy? I can't even remember my father physically beating me.
Me neither.
Because he never had the opportunity to. But I know there was times he would have definitely fucked me up because I was
my father never put his hands on me. Ever. He always just, you know, would tell my mother or tell my mother to handle it or deal with it. And she used to take that really difficult because whatever it may have been for him to want to feel like we needed discipline, sometimes she didn't feel like we needed to be disciplined.
Yeah, I think that's
so. It's like now you're telling me to whoop them, and I don't agree on whooping their ass because that's how you feel about the situation.
I'm old school. I believe in whooping your kid's ass.
Yeah,
I don't care about this new thing. You should talk to the children. I can do both. I can talk to my child. I can also show them discipline. Like, yo, there's consequences for your actions. Mm-hmm. Life hurts. You're gonna get your ass busted if you start disrespecting.
Right. And that was the thing too that they also mentioned with the letter, and also with Steve Harvey. The guy was like, you know, I'm old school. I'm into disciplining your child. Mm-hmm. And Steve Harvey was like, so that makes it okay for you to pop on her mouth and tussle her. Again, I disagree with the tussling, but if she's disrespecting you, yes, you can pop her in her mouth. You're her father. Like, yeah, you can. Absolutely.
One of the comments is, I do feel that if a child growing up seeing abuse of a father or a mother fighting, I said again to that comment about a child, a young man seeing his father beat his mother. That's abuse. That young man seeing his father bust his sister's ass for disrespecting, he's going to learn, okay, I can't do that. Exactly. That's what happened when I play with daddy. This is what happened when I play with mommy or I step outside of my pocket. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm all for that. But this is a very long comment, so give me 1 second so I can read it. I'm a teacher. Explaining the consequences is the best thing you should do. Can't just beat without letting him know why. And that's exactly what I said. I would do both. Agree. Uh-huh. I don't agree with just beating. So again, I totally agree with that comment as a parent. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to explain to you why. I want to understand why you made that decision so you can start understanding, okay, I made a bad decision. This is what happened. I'm going to ask you why. And if it's one thing I hate is those answers, I don't know. If you don't know why you jumped outside the house and ran across the street, all right, you don't know why you're getting your ass whooped.
Right.
Until you start understanding and knowing, I'm all for that. But I believe it should be a balance.
Yeah, that's
like, I don't just run and just, let's beat Tamia.
No, we always,
beating is my last resort now.
If we ever have to whoop Tamia ass, I promise you, she's she's listening to us for at least a half an hour, flat out. Probably 20 minutes to a half an hour. Like, why did you do this? Who did you see do that? You did that on your own. Why did you do it on your own? What was like, and we get into depth, we get into detail. And if it's something that I experienced as a child, I also explain that to her. Like, okay, well, when you did that, when I did that, what your grandmother did to me was, I also do stuff like that with her as well. Because I feel like
that's your favorite line, son.
And I also
what your grandmother did when I was growing up. Oh,
and what I also do let her know is how it made me feel with what she did. Because I need her to understand that I was hurt or I was bothered as to what she did. I'm going to read a comment. This is a comment. I do feel that if a child grows up seeing physical abuse in the home and a parent stays and continues to allow it to go on, more than likely they will think it's okay for what's going on in their household as they progress in age. I do agree for that too. But we spoke about that with discipline. That's with discipline. I mean, no, but again, I say that's why as parents, it's most, I hate when everybody's like, yo, these kids is wilding. No, their parents are allowing that type of behavior and they think it's okay. Now, it's one thing when your kids are perfect in front of you, and then when they somewhere else they're acting out, that's a child being sneaky. But when you see how a kid is around their parents, that's the type of thing that they're going to grow up to. I don't agree with abuse in front of the child. I don't, and this is me responding to that comment as well. I don't believe in none of that stuff because I feel like allowing that, like you said, will allow the child to think that that's okay. But discipline to me is two different things. Like I said, I'm going to explain to you. So if Connor is sitting around, whether he's a baby or not, and I'm explaining to Tamia what she did and why she did what she did, and then I bust her ass after, he's going to remember things like that. And the only reason why I actually know that is because me and my sister witnessed it, like with my brother and my uncle. My mother would be explaining we would be in our room, but we would hear her yelling at the top of her lungs and then followed by yelling, an ass whooping. So it was just like, oh no, we can't do that. Oh no, we're not going to do that. You actually are teaching in the same sense that you are trying to teach a lesson as well. Yeah, I think that discipline aspect is difficult if you're in a relationship with somebody and they have children prior to you. I think that's the only time where we got to have long discussions about any time I'm going to discipline your kid. You understand what I'm saying? Like, before I discipline your child, me and you got to have a talk because that's not my child. We're in a relationship. I'm not going to just put no, I don't know what you allow. I don't know. So anytime I feel I need to discipline a child that is not biologically mine, I'm going to talk to the other spouse. Yeah. I think that's the only time when disciplining a child comes into difficult. Like that iffy. Yeah. Because it's tricky. And I think a lot of people don't take into account how difficult it is for the person that comes into a relationship that doesn't have the kid and has to discipline it. That shit gets very much overlooked. Can you imagine that type of situation where, of course, ladies, we know if a man comes into a relationship and you have kids, it's a package deal. Cool. But can you just imagine a man coming into a relationship and the child that is not his is constantly disrespecting him and he is like not doing anything about it, also not speaking to you about it. I wouldn't be with that person. Or even if he is speaking to you about it and you're not doing nothing about it type stuff, you know what I mean? I think that's crazy. I'm some person think like you can end the relationship for any reason you feel. If I don't like the way your hair look next week, it's my prerogative to whether I want to end the relationship. You're not obligated to stay in a relationship. That's a real reason why people don't go on a relationship. They kids. Somebody wrote, I agree. And I mean, yeah, like with the discipline thing, I think it's tricky because as I get older, I do think sometimes I don't like having to beat my child. Yeah, that doesn't make me feel good. But I understand that sometimes you got to be the bad guy for the bigger picture. Like, I don't care if my children like me. We pay the bills in this house. I do a bunch of shit that they won't understand at this time. They don't have to like me, but they're going to respect me and understand that I work hard for them. And I think that was a big thing coming out. I used to want my children, I'm going to be the good guy. I don't care about that shit. No right. Because you can't be. I've tried it. I've definitely tried being the good guy. You're a human being first. Then you're a male or a female, and then you're a parent. You have to be secure with yourself first before that friendship thing, because they will take it and run with it. Yeah. That's how it goes, man. Somebody wrote facts in the comments, but that is true. Like, I'm all for being a friend to my kid, but they're going to know first I'm their parent. That friend shit come after. I want to know, like, from them, like, how do you guys feel about man entering a relationship, or you as a woman, you're entering a relationship? So I'm gonna explain it on both sides. I'm a female. I'm in a relationship with Ball. He already has kids prior to me and him. And his child is disrespecting me. And I am telling him his child is disrespecting me and he's not doing anything. Maybe because for whatever reason, he may feel because the child's mother will eventually say something to him, or whatever, however it goes. But ladies, how would you feel about that? And fellas, how would you feel if you are entering a relationship and that woman has children before you and her child or children is constantly disrespecting you and you speak to her about it and nothing is being done? How would you feel? I mean, you said you would leave.
Yeah, and I think now that I know, I would never get into a relationship with a woman that has a young kid.
Yeah.
No, never again. No.
Exactly, because this is it.
Like I said, you asked a question, speaking hypothetically. Now what I know, I would never. You can read that one. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing the comments. But you already doing it. You
read it, man. For you to pop it up.
Oh,
the nerve of you.
Okay, this is the next comment. Right when we was growing up, we ain't understand. Now I look back and be like, damn, that's why my mom stayed saying this or that. That's why my uncle did that. So I agree with that as well. Don't be understand that. Sorry,
I think like when you get older, you appreciate your parent more for the things you didn't know they were going through.
Especially when you experience that same type of stuff with your children.
Yeah, like now that I'm older, I can understand how difficult it was for my mother to raise 3 young men.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's
now that I'm older, I can understand.
That you say too, and I also explain that to you too. Like, but your mom had 3 boys.
Yeah,
so it's like crazy.
It's to you, but I already see that, and I also think now I understand how women think, and how emotional y'all are, and how y'all be catty and up and down every 5 minutes, and y'all period and all that weird shit. I can understand why some days she would go crazy in the house.
Yeah.
Because I have a better understanding of women. It takes time to understand, bro. It takes time to understand. I mean, it takes time. I'm going to read a comment. So one of the comments, I mean, you are an adult. Speak to the child. I completely agree with that. And the parent. This is in regards to if you come into a relationship and you're getting disrespected by children that aren't yours. Somebody's saying you're an adult. Speak to the child and the parent. And I think that is easier said than done, depending on the type of relationship.
And depending on the age of the child.
But it's not even that. It's more so too. That's why I say men don't get enough credit for coming into a relationship when women have children. Because not only you got to work on your relationship together first. Right. Before you can even get to the children's side of discipline. You understand what I'm saying? But it takes a real woman and a real man to discipline their children when they're meeting new people.
Right.
You need to, before you try to get a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend, this is for men and women, you should talk to your child about that.
Yeah.
I don't care if they 1 or 5. This is somebody daddy want to meet. Be respectful. So that's why I say that to say this.
Won't follow.
Exactly. If I already talk to my son that I'm about to meet a new person, I want you to respect this person. That should be done ahead of time. I shouldn't need the woman to be like, yo, you don't discipline your son enough. That just shows you the lack of character on that person, and that's why I say I wouldn't stay. Yeah. There's gonna be times when you're gonna get disrespected. That person should check their children immediately. That's when you know if that relationship
I know
is
a lot of stuff. You know, it's not a big deal if you're
Facts.
doing it in front of the person. But I do personally feel like you need to check your child in front of this new stepmother or stepfather that is there, but so that your child can know and understand, okay, I'm doing this because you need to respect this person that's right here.
And you also, I'm saying it's a tricky thing because you have to also understand your child may not like this new person in your life. They may want their mother or their father. So that's why I say before you start dating, you have to talk to your child. You have to be honest. Me and mommy aren't together. Me and daddy aren't together. I want to meet a new friend. I want you to see how you like this person. He might not like him. They might not get along, but he's going to respect him. That's the big thing. Like your kids shouldn't be dictating who and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's true.
I don't give a fucking.
But I also do feel like you should kind of understand. Like, ask the child what is the reason. And if they're just saying, oh, because I just want mommy back,
that's why if you were to talk to your child, you can figure that out. If that, because when they're young, they really won't know. They'll just like your new friend.
Yeah.
It's when they get that age where they can comprehend and understand that, no, I don't want this person. Where my mommy at?
But yeah, that's why I also do feel like, as well, like speaking to the child yourself, I feel like that comes with the age as well. Coming into the relationship and the child is about 8, 9. 10, 11, whatever. 8 and older.
Not even that. So I hate that. If they 5 and they going to school and they can tell you they hungry and they want food, you can talk to them. If they know when they want to eat something, Daddy, I want this, I want that, they old enough to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
Start talking to your child like they're adults.
Yeah. We have another comment. I agree with Bar. I would leave, or I'm busting that kid ass and still leave. Facts. If your child is introduced to the mate, that means the parent trusts their mate enough for the mate to say something to the child. I agree with that.
Hold on. Go back to that comment. Let me read that, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is one of the biggest problems. Somebody wrote, if your child is introduced to the mate, that means that parent trusts their mate enough for that mate to say something to the child. But the issue is a lot of women introduce their children to people that they don't really know.
The rest of their life with?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what if you have a child, you can't just fuck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just bring people around your children. It should only be the ones that you really see going long term.
Mm-hmm.
Not somebody you want to play with, or that's convenient, or that can provide for you financially for the moment. Because that confuses the child.
That does, yeah.
So people be like, oh, I brought this person around because I trust them, but you don't fully know that man. You don't fully know that woman. The first few times, if that was me, the first few times I meet a woman, she'd never meet my child.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking crazy. How you know she ain't crazy?
I feel like sometimes you don't know.
You don't. And when you're young, you make a lot of mistakes.
Sometimes you don't.
When you're young, you make a lot of mistakes. I know everybody got somebody they wish they didn't fuck. Or they was a dick they wish they didn't suck. It was a pussy they wish they didn't lay.
Them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
you can just delete them. They could be deleted. If
that's the case,
like Drea, that's what Drea said. Her whole list got deleted.
I know people that did that with their children. I know there's somebody you wish you wouldn't have brought around your children, because everybody makes mistakes, especially when you're young and growing up.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. Why not? That's going mad smacking in here.
They can't hear this. They used to me eating by now, especially with the cookies and stuff. You want to bite?
No, I said no twice.
All right. Y'all see me open and bite twice, right? All right.
You heard me say no. Twice.
So that was basically the topic on disciplining your child. I mean, it started off with a father beating the child, and that father feeling like, well, Steve Harvey feeling like that child is going to grow up being in a relationship, an abusive relationship. Again, like I said, I disagree with that.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that. I think as a the parent, you can discipline your child whatever way you see fit. As long as they're not breaking the law. I think that at 16, you're not going to take that as, okay, it's cool because the man that I love, which is my father, popped me in the mouth. So it's okay for this man that fucking didn't give birth to you.
If you're thinking like that at 16, you just want your ass bust. Like, I don't think you should be thinking like that at 16.
What's the next topic?
What I'm going to read is basically something that somebody said that I should mention this on the live.
So somebody sent you this, what you're about to read?
No, I was with the person and I was just typing it.
Okay.
Dealing with someone over a certain period of time. Is it okay to not take you personally to a wedding? Now, before I finish reading it, the person was dealing with the guy for 7 months.
Okay.
She's been around him. They've been on vacation together. She literally, for the 7 months, let's say 6 months, for the first month or two, she probably wasn't spending the weekend with him. But 6 months, every single weekend, spending the entire weekend with him. Prior to that, during the week, she already has a child. So during the week is difficult because he didn't really, he didn't meet her daughter yet. So every weekend, spending the weekend with him, she going to different places with him, taking vacations with him, different things like that. And went to the bachelorette party, but was not invited to the wedding. Yes. Okay.
I don't see the problem.
Okay, hold on. You are with I explained all that. You are with the person all the time, but the only thing is you're never invited to events like weddings, baby showers, etc. But you are invited to, when they go hang out at the lounge, this, that, and the third. So basically, I guess what we would be calling it as women, serious events. You're not invited to the baby showers, the weddings.
Let me guess. I'm gonna assume she feels like a side piece now.
She feel like somebody else, side piece, or somebody else went, or whatever. However,
Yo, this is why I say y'all women focus on the wrong things.
Not me.
Y'all focus on the wrong things.
I don't personally feel like it's okay for you to have went to the bachelorette party, but you couldn't go to the wedding. Why couldn't you go to the wedding? And
Why
you didn't speak to him. You didn't speak. You speak to this man all day, every day.
That's my point.
The day of the wedding.
Why does that matter?
You don't speak to him. It matters because at weddings, people come up. Your family come up from all types of places, all over the world.
Maybe he ain't ready to do all of that introducing. You said family event, so this is probably not the only family event. Huh?
Right. Baby showers, not invited. Wedding, not invited.
Maybe he don't want you to meet his family. The fuck? Is that the end of the world? Yeah, I can't have a relationship because you don't meet
it is if you're that comfortable with meeting my family. You done met damn the only person you probably didn't meet was my daughter.
You chose to bring that's an even bigger thing. So he never met her daughter.
She met his kid though.
Okay, that's to him.
So you meeting my kid, but I can't bring you to meet family members?
But you didn't show me your kid.
You actually seen my kid, but she
just said they didn't.
She did not. They were not introduced. She don't know him as this is mommy's boyfriend.
My point with this is like this type of point. Y'all focus on the wrong things. You're not focused on all the time he spent, how happy you be with him. Obviously, the sex is good because y'all staying together. Fuck all of that because he didn't bring you to a family event. It's stupid.
That's the first family event.
Okay, I said family events. It's stupid to me. I don't understand why y'all focus on those type of things and y'all totally ignore everything he's doing right. Right?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because that was the thing when she was explaining it to me. That she made sure she implemented how good of a man he was, and that's why I told her. This is exactly what I told her. I said, even if you find out that somebody else went with him to the wedding, you're not gonna leave him right away. Your feelings are involved. She feels like he say he loved her.
She find out he just don't want you meeting his family. Why it gotta be somebody else?
Exactly. I can't further explain it. No. I did that because it's something that I'm not gonna say about what she told me. I think it's okay to bring that type of topic up, but certain things that she told me, I am not gonna mention. But I do feel like she met his son over 5 times or whatever. So I just personally feel like if you're that comfortable enough with a female meeting your son, then technically everybody else should be just regular.
Tell her leave him.
I would never tell nobody to leave somebody that they're with.
I feel like women, y'all find shit to just make an issue. Like
I don't think that she's finding stuff because she was bothered. She was bothered by this because she personally feels like this is a day-to-day. Give me a second.
Well, yeah, Connor down there wilding right now. We put on Paw Patrol, but it's not working. But in regards to what Tia just said, I completely disagree with it. I think that's one of the major issues with women. Y'all will nitpick and try to find something wrong with something. My thought is she too happy. Let me see how I can fuck this up. Stupid shit. That's my opinion because I'm coming from a male's perspective. So what? He didn't take you to the wedding or family events. He spent the weekends with you. Y'all talk all the time. You met his child. That's clearly important to him. I'm just saying, don't assume it's another woman. That's all I'm basically saying. Don't assume, it's somebody else. Why? Because he don't want you to meet his family? That's his prerogative. That's just my thoughts. I don't know about y'all, but so I'm going to read this comment. I mean, I don't want my man meeting family, and I know him since I was 16. I don't like my family like that. So you see, some would agree.
Right.
It depends.
The thing with that as well is, she basically, no, thank you. They basically, of course, have conversations or whatever, however it went.
What was his response to when she brought that to him?
Not right now.
No, we're not talking about this right now?
We're not doing this.
Okay, good. Oh, okay, hold on. There's a big difference between not right now and we're not doing this right now.
Both. He said, not right now, we are not doing this, and blocked her number.
Oh. Like I said, you should have left him. That bothers you that much.
Right. So, but like I said, she likes him. She loves him. They both say to each other that. That's why I asked as well, like, you love him? You feel like you love him? Yeah, like we tell each other that. He tells me he wants to spend the rest of his life with me. All of these different things. He loves me, whatever, however. Of course. I 110% agree with that as well. I personally feel like if you know and you tell me all the time that I make you happy, the man is telling the female that I make you happy all the time, this one time, that I bring some shit to your attention. Like when I say she is like she didn't even want to mention anything to him about the wedding because again, she said she's extremely happy. She's happy where she is right now. So she don't want to break up or fuck up anything, complaining about certain things. So certain things that he may do, it could be little. She don't even bitch about it. It's regular. Like she don't even bitch about it. But this particular situation, she took it that personal. And it's like, she just feel like just why you couldn't explain to me as to why I couldn't go to the wedding. She basically was saying he could have said something as simple as I just didn't want you to go, and she would have respected that. But the fact that you didn't speak to her, basically she didn't speak to him all day, and they usually speak from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. Also, just via texting, all types of stuff.
You gotta say this when you first read the story.
I was still getting into it though. I was still getting into it. I just there's certain things because I'm. At the same token that I'm explaining it, I'm processing what I can say and what I can't say because it's her personal business. She was just talking to me about it because she know that we go live. Like, so it was just one of those things. I mean, you read that. I don't like my family. See no. Somebody said see no. Yeah, that love word don't mean shit. People use it all the time and don't mean it.
That's why I mean, from what you're saying now I can kind of understand why you feel like that. But I don't believe it's the first time she brought something to him. No way. They had talks and things like that, but it was never. It was never. Okay, I can also probably say this as well. I don't think she didn't take it personally, but of course she has a kid. The kid has a father. He has a kid. The kid has a mother. Obviously.
I'm thinking
I don't
about.
Think you should then.
No. I'm thinking about how to.
Yeah.
Not to say that she speaks about her baby father to him. Not like that. It's more of a, oh yeah, we're separated. We don't deal with each other. However it went. Naturally, as a woman, you're gonna expect. What's your story? What's your situation with your baby mother? Whatever. We're not together.
Stop
that's it, and that's all. Cool. I'm okay with we're not together. That's it, and that's all. Now, this is what I told the person. Every single thing that you allow, like you opened up with and allow him to get from you, you have to now either cut back or don't allow him to get that information. He has the password to your phone. You don't have the password to his. He don't speak to you or mention anything about his child's mother at all. You don't even know her name. Like you know nothing about his child's mother, but he knows about your child's father. Like, so it's a lot of little things like that.
That person allowed. Let's make that clear
absolutely.
Too.
But she allowed, and that. She will say that with her chin held high.
So now you make sure
because she didn't want to go through and make the same mistakes that she did prior to. So it was just more like, these are the type of things that I want to open up. I want to do this. I'm happy. I'm floating on ice. Like,
cool. I just feel like if that's a problem, cool. You tried to bring it to that person. They didn't want to talk about it. Duly noted. I just don't think the assumption of there's someone else should come to as a resort.
So you feel like it's a possibility that he could have went to the wedding by himself?
No, I feel like there is a possibility that he could have somebody else. But I think when women go off that assumption and assume it's reality is when y'all do that shit to yourselves.
Spending the whole weekend together. And I don't know. It is such a woman thing. I would definitely 110% be uncomfortable with that. I will be uncomfortable with that. I'll be uncomfortable with the fact that you blocked your number out of all days on this particular day. I would be uncomfortable with all of those things.
I would be uncomfortable with the blocking the number on that particular day as well. I will not be uncomfortable if you don't choose to bring me around your family. That's not even something I would ever ask. Yo, when I'm gonna meet your mom.
When we were speaking about this, we Googled this. Like basically, if you're in a relationship, and it was a certain time frame too. I mean, if you're in a relationship and the guy doesn't bring you to baby showers, family, birthday parties, weddings, etc., 9 times out of 10, he is probably seeing someone else.
On Google, it tells you how many people are on the planet. On Google, I can go into Wikipedia and write any type of fact without any concrete evidence or proof.
You are absolutely correct.
Just because it's on Google or not,
doesn't mean that it's a fact.
Exactly. So
right,
what I'm saying
is not going to be the 1% that is not.
Okay, see, that's to me. You see how women will do that, but they won't do that to fix their own shit.
They're fine. She feel like there's nothing to fix. This is the only situation that she feel like she had an issue with,
and that's where she's just going to be going to circle.
And I just feel
clearly,
like
to me, it's obvious he don't want you around his family. Why are you asking? is fucking y'all so quick to read signs and try to catch a nigga doing this. Look at the fucking obvious. He obviously don't want you around his fucking family.
You as a man and whoever else feel like okay, whatever. It's so easy to say that, but when you're in love, that is not easy. You know how many times we try to leave each other? People will be like, oh, just leave the person, just leave the person. It's not easy to just leave the person or be like, oh, fuck out of here, I'm done because you didn't want to invite me to the wedding. No, my feelings is involved. I love you.
It's also not easy to make an assumption and act like that's fact. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying how she feeling isn't warranted. I'm not saying the shit he did with blocking a number wouldn't cause you to be on some whoa, hold on, calm down. But the assumption that there's somebody else.
She didn't off rip go off of that.
All right, well, listen to me. I don't know what she spoke to you about. I'm going off of what I'm hearing right now and how I was.
I feel like it's somebody else.
Okay, cool. Well, if she don't, then she's intelligent.
I feel like it's somebody else. Homegirl, fuck the family. You not fucking them. I would agree with that with me. Like me not being able to go to bar shit or doing anything with him, but the certain things that she was speaking to me about, it's like fuck the family, you're not fucking them. Cool, but something like a wedding that I'm not invited. Why am I not invited to the wedding? And you can't explain it. Why can't you just explain to me why I'm not invited to the wedding? It does matter if you talk about you want to spend the rest of your life with me.
Just why are you yelling?
I wish he would tell me where we are now and he's going to a wedding. Bro. You don't have no explanation as to why I can't go.
I can do that. I can do if I want to do that. I can do that. You can be mad at it, but it ain't no end of the fucking world.
I feel like give me something. Give me something. Tell me you don't want me to go just because you don't want me to go.
He don't gotta give you anything, and that's the problem with women. Same and vice versa. If you would decide to do that,
no way in hell you have access to my phone. You have this, you have that. You asking me where I'm going, and waiting for me to answer what I'm going to tell him.
Shut up.
So but naturally, as a woman, you do that because you want the same thing in return. Okay, that's why if you do to people what you want people to do to you.
No, I bet you she didn't do that. And this is the shit I be talking about with y'all. Y'all do all of that and do it. Yes.
What,
but
like
don't say that vice versa.
Can you add me? Like call you, add you? You mean? Okay,
ooh, what?
I said, can you add me?
What I'm saying is that just sounds stupid. Like, pick something better to fucking focus your time on, man. Y'all women do some dumb shit. He ain't bring me to no... Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I feel like you went to the bachelorette party, but you couldn't go to the wedding. The fuck?
At least he took you to that.
He didn't take her to that. He didn't take her to that.
Okay, well, she was there for that.
He wasn't even there.
Was she there for that?
She texted you when they was out, and she got invited to that.
Then go. So technically, he didn't even bring her to that. So it's obvious he doesn't want to bring her to any type of functions. You saying he? I assume. I assume that when you said she came to the bachelor party, that he brought her. So if he didn't bring her, that means he don't want to have any family events. So what's the problem?
I just tried to add you, Cecilia. I don't know what it's saying, but I just tried to add you. It's not allowing me to. It's saying that I sent it to you. It's saying that I sent it to you, so I don't know why it's not coming like directly to you.
Using the Facebook app.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as that, I'm just saying, like, if you, I'm asking you, if you feel like you was gonna spend the rest of your life with me, you feel like, you want to have another kid with me, and you feel like, this is it for you.
Is this what I'm telling you in the relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it for you, and this is where you want to be. You don't care. You don't want nothing with nobody else. I'm asking you personally. You wouldn't invite me to certain type of family functions like that, baby showers, weddings, things of that sort. Yeah.
I would, but if I decided not to have you around any of my family, I don't see why you should be feeling as hostile as the way you make it seem like she may have felt.
She wasn't hostile. She was hurt. She was crying. Okay. Wasn't nothing about hostility.
Okay. I answered your question.
Yeah, it wasn't no hostility. It was hurt. She was bothered. She was hurt. And she explained her hurt to him.
What it sounds like to me
right
from a male's perspective, she's one of those yesies. So just shut up, bro.
What you mean by yesies?
Like obviously, if you giving me your password and you don't got mine, I'm calling you where you at. You don't do it to me. I'm saying yes and you agreeing, and you don't reciprocate any of that to me. And it sounds like that man is in control of it.
I feel like if you go through something in your past relationships, prior relationships, and you want to do something different doesn't necessarily make you a yesy. You're trying something different in this relationship.
Well, I mean,
prior to, the motherfuckers didn't have your password or
cool.
however it went. So it's like now.
But what you're saying is cool. That's cool. Whatever you went through in your past, you want to try something new, but it's not being reciprocated. So that makes you a yesy.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did explain to her, you know, now change your password, try to do things differently. You want to read these?
And the bigger one, shut up, man. You ain't go to the family event. You'll be all right. He obviously don't want to fucking take you. God damn, y'all women are crazy. I don't know how to add on, but a wedding is for close friends and family. You want to go to the wedding to meet the family and for him to show you off. If I was a bride, I wouldn't want anyone I don't know hugging me.
She knows, so she was at the bridal shower.
So, but she got that invitation not from him, right?
So as the bride, I would expect her to be there because she was at the bridal. He was talking. His sisters was there.
But that's one of my main points. It's not like he brought you to like either an ex event
was there that he probably is still dealing with, and she's probably just still cool with the family. So I feel like she might have been there, or she might have was coming, or she might have was invited, or however it went, or somebody he's probably still dealing with. That's what I feel.
That's a good point.
You know,
somebody wrote, I feel she should meet the family at a smaller event first.
She didn't get invited to the baby shower.
But this is
isn't that smaller than a wedding?
What I'm trying to say is, even if she didn't do that, right? A wedding wouldn't be the first time she's going to be around the family. That's just first and foremost. And it's obviously that he does not want her around his family.
But this is like I've explained prior to. She was around his family. Like when they go out for birthday parties at lounges and hookah spots and this, that, and the third, she's there. They double dated.
I didn't know you said that.
That's what I said. They
when I went downstairs?
No, you were sitting right here. I said that they go out to bars and lounges and this and that with his family, regular, immediate type of family type shit. I personally feel like with weddings, you're gonna have grandmas, whatever, aunts, uncles, probably from somewhere else or however it goes. Or again, like I said, you could possibly be the ex that's still cool with the family at the wedding type shit or things of that sort. But she's met these people. That's why she went to the bridal shower. No.
Has he ever gave any indication that he's cheating on her?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that's her problem now. Like I could have just broke that whole thing down from the beginning. That's the real issue. She has reason to believe he's cheating and he doesn't bring her around the family. That's why the wedding is a big deal. Problem there. That's it. It has nothing to do with, I really want to meet his family. No. The reason she's going hard about the wedding is because she thinks he's cheating. And I can understand why she thinks he's cheating. If he has all that access to her, she doesn't have it to him. He blocked her the day of the wedding. I can understand why she would feel like that.
Or maybe her man only had one invite, couldn't afford another plate for her. We don't know. He went to a hotel and paid for all of their friends and family, and that I didn't even hear from her. We were sitting there all just talking, and her sister said that. So he definitely had enough to supply her and somebody else for a wedding.
He doing all that.
He take on random trips.
He doing all that, and you worried about a wedding.
It wasn't about being worried. It's about somebody just talking. Hey, how's everything going with you? And that came up, so I decided to put it on my live. I didn't say she was worried, but she was bothered.
Obviously, she is worried. It's the main thing to say. What I'm trying to say is, when I'm trying to prove a point to what I'm trying to say, a woman, listen to me. He obviously do all that, right?
So it's okay for me.
I didn't say that.
So just shut up.
No, you're not even letting me. No, that's it.
So I need to shut up because he taking care of me, supplying, do everything for me, my kid that he didn't meet directly, however it goes. And I'm going to just be like, fuck it, I can't go to the wedding. He done paid for this person, that person, to do this, do that, hotels, getaways, all types of shit. And I need to shut the fuck up because I'm getting treated like the person that I want to be treated like, because she also did mention that. She said he treats me like I'm happy, like it's like nobody else matters.
Is she leaving him or did she leave him? No, right?
The day that she was talking to me was the day of the wedding.
Did she leave him because of
I didn't speak to her yet.
I doubt she leaving him. So my point to everything you're just saying, yeah, shut up to all of that.
Why she didn't pop up?
Just shut up because you ain't leaving him anyway. So everything you just saying,
like I said,
I should be quiet.
But like I said, I told her at the end of the day, if you did find out that it was somebody else there, you're not going to leave him. Because again, you can't just cut your feelings off like that. So maybe she's not going to leave him now. Or maybe you should address. This is the thing. When Us women find out about a situation or about a nigga cheating, it doesn't mean that we can't give them another chance, that we need to just up and leave. Like, people always be quick to say, oh, did she leave him? Okay, so don't leave. She's not gonna leave him anyway, so fuck it. You might as well deal with it. No, it's not about dealing with it. It's about the simple fact that you can address a situation if you feel uncomfortable. You can address a problem if you feel uncomfortable. You can address anything to a person that you feel like you want to spend the rest of your life with if you feel uneasy or uncomfortable. It's not about jumping up and leaving anyway. A lot of good relationships and good long-lasting relationships don't always result to just getting up and leaving. It results to you finding out some bullshit and you talking to the person or the spouse and trying to fix it or get it right. It's not just up and leaving. It's not about that. It's not about shutting up or holding it down because you getting treated well all other times, or he's buying you this and buying. It's not always about that, because if it was just about that, then she wouldn't give a fuck, or she wouldn't be crying and feeling away that because he is doing all those things for her. So if it was about the money and it was just genuinely about him, whatever he's doing for her, it wouldn't bother her that she couldn't get invited to the wedding. No, I don't feel like, oh, is she leaving her? Oh, okay, so then she just needed. No, it's not about that. You can address the situation if you feel uncomfortable. You can address if you feel like this person is doing X, Y, and Z. Cool. He said not today. You don't want to talk about it because that was the day of the wedding. However it may have been. But I do feel like the next day she should have brought it to his attention, or the next day she should have explained to him. I haven't spoken to her since the day. I have no idea.
I mean, so it's difficult to really speak on it like that because you don't know if he spoke to her about it afterwards.
But we speaking on the situation at hand.
Yeah, and I'm simply saying. So, but we also went past that when I said the reason I feel like she should leave or just shut up and vice versa. So that's why I'm saying that as well. Like, listen to what I'm trying to say. So that's the point. But I mean, if she's happy, talk to her.
The same person said exact. I'm not sure what you said exactly to Houston. Laughing my ass off. He is controlling. It's the respect. I agree with that as well. It is the respect. Again, with the allowing it because she's trying something different.
Okay,
so
I understand, but what I'm saying is when people, you're saying like, well, that person just said he's controlling. He's only controlling to the amount she allowed. And again, we don't know if that man cheating. We don't know if he's doing anything wrong.
We don't.
Okay, so all I'm saying is she's giving too much. And expecting things back,
and the fact that
making that
we
clear.
Don't know if he's cheating or not. This is why I said he could have even just simply said, "I don't want you to come to the wedding," and she would have respected that. But you're not giving her anything.
We're gonna go on and on with that, and like to having no clear outcome because we don't know what happened afterwards. Yeah,
these things usually happens when a guy is controlling, and when you bring situations up to a controlling man, they usually shut it down because he doesn't want to talk. That's a fact. Or he don't want to talk about that situation particularly, which isn't fair. And some people do shut up because he cashes out on a regular. And this is the thing. Like I said, if it was just genuinely about the money, she would have just left it alone. She would have just not even tried to reach out. Although she was blocked, she still felt like she needed to call. She needed to see. She wanted to know. So I don't know as of now if he did decide to say, okay, cool, we're going to talk. But she did mention to me prior situations that she tried to mention to him, basically switched it and made it seem like she's just, like basically she's bringing up something I don't have, like it's not a big deal type shit. It's not a big deal. Because and she just shut up. She just left it alone. Deal. Cool, but a wedding is.
See,
so if little situations that I brought to your attention and you just like, okay, whatever, it's not that serious, whatever, and I'm just like, all right, fuck it, cool. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and just handle it. I'm gonna deal with it. The wedding is a big deal. The wedding is a big deal. You're not in the wedding, but that's your brother. That is your brother.
It may not be that view to him. That's all I'm saying. It's obviously not. They don't see it in the same light or the same respect.
Somebody just said, I just joined. Who y'all speaking on?
Tia don't even know the full story. If they ain't finished talking and vice versa. But I think it's just assumptions going wrong. And I think whatever feeling she had that man was being unfaithful prior to is one of the reasons she's making the wedding bigger than what he may feel it is.
It's not that I don't know the whole story. Basically, a female was dealing with a guy for 7 months at this point, if I'm not mistaken. She spends every single weekend with him. During the week, it's difficult for her to spend with him because she has a child at home that he didn't properly meet. Like, introduce this to my daughter, this is the new guy that I'm dealing with. So she went to a bachelorette party, which would be obviously followed behind the wedding. She wasn't invited to the wedding. That same day of the wedding, they didn't speak all day. She's used to speaking to this man every single day. She's used to spending every single weekend with him, but she was not invited to the wedding. So that was basically what I decided to bring to the table, because me personally, with additional information that she shared with me, like he has access to her phone. She don't have access to his phone. He knows about, her baby father, not personal details about her baby father, but just, they're separated. She knows about her baby father. He knows his name and everything. She don't know anything about his baby mother. She's met his child multiple times, and he wasn't directly properly introduced to hers because she has a daughter, he has a son. He respected that or whatever, however it went. I personally feel like, my opinion, it might be an ex that is still cool with the family that went to the wedding, or somebody that he's dealing with that went to the wedding as to why she couldn't come, because she was at the bridal shower. How could you be at the bridal shower meeting the bride, the bridesmaid and everything? You went to lounges, parties, this, that, with his brothers, his friends, cousin, things of that sort, double dated with the bride and all types of things, but you couldn't come to the wedding. So that's basically what we are talking about. And we had a few people say certain things. I just personally feel like, he take care of her, he buy her these different things and everything like that. But I just personally feel like if you're getting things like the materialistic thing doesn't make certain shit okay. Like, it doesn't. She should have gotten drunk and popped the fuck up, point blank, period. I mean, I said that too. I asked her if she know what the address was, because I definitely would have said that too. Because it would have been regular. You was at the bridal shower anyway. The bachelorette party anyway. This guy right here said, nah, he's hot. Thank you. Yeah, I personally feel like it's something sneaky going on, period. Because all you had to say, because like I said, she said she would have respected it if he would have just said, I just didn't want you to come. But you couldn't give her that. You couldn't give her no information as that you just, the day of the wedding, you don't speak to her all day, and that's it, and that's all. Her number's blocked. Like, what? And we have another comment. That doesn't mean he was cheating. Simply could have not wanted her to around for many reasons, like wanting to meet someone new or kindly didn't want to entertain. Exactly. You could have told her that though. He's a grown-ass man. She's a grown-ass woman. Like, this is what I mean. To tell her that, so don't explain yourself. I feel like you saying that on a perspective of people that's just like, not like, this is my thing. If you're constantly letting a woman know and trying to show her that you want to spend the rest of your life with her, you want to have another child with her, this is it for you, you want to be here, you don't have to explain little things like that. Why wouldn't you? Would it bother you to explain those things like that? That particular one scenario, because it sounds like he explains everything else. I just told you that he doesn't. I just told you you didn't say. This is why Ceci said he's controlling. Okay, that's fine, but you didn't say like, obviously when she's mentioned situations to him. He talks to her all the time, right? He's so happy and vice versa, to know that there's obviously not many other problems where she feel like that, or that I don't know right now. All I'm saying is, just because he didn't want to answer her the way she wanted to answer on this one particular thing, is not the end of the world. That's a man they don't explain. That's not true. Maybe he didn't want to tell her that they didn't invite her. We don't know. Right. This is what I'm saying. Maybe he didn't want to tell her that, but again, that's what I'm saying. And then maybe that's what I'm saying. Just don't. That is type embarrassing too. He didn't even meet her child yet. No, she's a girl. Of course she didn't. So, but that's what I'm saying. Before the jumping to the negative stuff. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with the meeting the child, I'm not getting into details. He's met the child, but he was the Uber driver. Okay. So it wasn't like this is mommy's new man type of thing. Like, it wasn't one of those type of meetings. So let's just be clear on that. If they in a relationship that you say is, I don't think this issue should be that big. That's my opinion. I mean, at this point, I don't know if she made it that big. It was just something that I felt like I could bring to you guys just to hear how both sides. So I don't know if she made it that big, but she did feel uncomfortable. I mean, if she's sitting there crying and doing all that, that's obviously a big issue. That's my opinion. But we don't know if she made it a big deal to him, though. I don't know if she cried to him at that point. But I mean, she couldn't speak to him for that whole day. That's that I'm trying to say. Like, you shouldn't even allow it to be that big of a deal yourself, love, because he obviously doesn't see it that way. And you're just going to get mad at yourself. Then you're going to start assuming and thinking I don't just think that's an intelligent thing. And to me, from my perspective, that's not that big of a deal. Maybe he wanted to be with the fellas and didn't want to be tied down at the wedding. Maybe his child mother comes to family events. So say that. This is what we brought up. He don't have to tell her that though. Why not? Because he don't have to. So what?
I don't gotta. If he don't talk to her about his child's mother already,
he obviously don't talk to her about shit.
Obviously, so my point is
because she's brought up things and he's just like, shit, I don't want to talk about this or whatever. However, I mean,
so he doesn't have to. If she chooses to explain herself and chooses to let him know and give all that information, that's her. Where she's making the mistake is she's not demanding those things be reciprocated. I mean, if I have to do nothing. But he don't have to. Like, I hate when people, he doesn't have to do nothing he don't want to do.
I agree with Bob. I agree with Bob. But as guys, we don't want to explain each and everything. Again, this is my point. That's my point. I agree with that. So if I mention something minute to you prior to, not even pertaining to the wedding, just something that you might have did before. Okay, and that was my first time mentioning it to you. And you was on some, we not doing that, or I don't want to talk about it, or just and basically the end result is that we didn't speak about it at all. And now I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I don't even want to mention shit to him. I don't even want to bring nothing up to him because I don't want it to be one of those situations where it's like he don't want to talk about whatever. This particular day was a wedding, and it's like, now I'm not gonna shut the fuck up about this. I want to talk about this. So no, you don't have to explain every situation, but prior to explaining a smaller situation, you didn't even want to do that. So you just don't want to explain yourself. You need to tell me that you don't like explaining yourself. Okay, well, you need to tell me that you don't like me asking you shit or bringing shit up to you.
That woman needs to not be in a relationship where she's not gonna get explained to. I think that's stupid and childish. I just don't think making the big deal out of the what. Now, what you see, and this is what I want to make clear. You see how after you explain the story, you made mention of the numerous things she thought the way he could possibly be cheating?
Those are the things that I felt. This is my opinion. So
she's not saying that? So I'm asking
basically, she don't know anything about the baby mother. So she has a slight idea that she feel like that's who went.
Is there things that occurred besides this? Will she feel, because I asked you this, that he was cheating?
Yes.
Okay, then that's the real issue. Not the wedding, bro. And just figure that shit out.
But cheating particularly like with the baby mother, like I said, she doesn't know anything about her. She just knows like little things and little details. Again, like I said, I'm not putting that on here.
Yeah,
but
that's why I'm simply saying though, the wedding shouldn't be that big of a deal, bro. What's clearly bothering you is the little things and the wedding.
Honestly, what threw me off was the fact that she went to the bachelorette party. So that means you met the bride. She was invited to the bachelorette.
Not by him. This is a big.
They were double dating.
So, but when I asked you,
they were double dating. Not by you. You said, was it by him? I said no. Right, well, they were double dating. The bride, his brother, because he basically the bride and his brother. Her and him were double dating. She got invited to the bride.
Went there. So she met the people there, but mad she couldn't go to the wedding. Shut up.
Yes, I would be too.
That's stupid.
That's not stupid for me. I would definitely be mad too. I don't give a fuck. I would definitely be mad. There's no way we had a bridal this shit. The bachelorette party, this, that, and the third. Of course, I'm gonna expect you to fucking invite me to the wedding. Me and you, we just came back from Florida for a couple days. We just got back, and 2 or 3 days later was the wedding. Like what? No, hell yeah, I'm gonna feel a way that you, even if you don't invite me, or even if I didn't get an invite, you could have specifically said to me, you just don't want me to come. You could have flat out said to me, I don't want you around certain people that's gonna be there. You could have. My whole thing is overall. You could have kept it a stat. Communication. You could have just kept it real with me about why you don't want me to come, or even if you don't want to explain to me why you don't want me to come, you could have just said you just didn't want me to come. It's that simple. How I don't speak to you the whole day of the wedding. The whole day of the wedding, I'm texting you and you got my shit blocked. Like no, what the fuck? And I know I speak to you every day. I know I speak to you. We spend the whole weekend together. Like what? That don't know. See, that has nothing to do with the wedding. I don't know what part you're talking about because I just explained a couple things. He sounds like he just want to love her and give her the world, and anything other than that, he not with it. Probably arguing. Wait a minute. Want to give her the word and everything other than that.
I think
I'm not with it. Probably arguing, explaining himself to somebody else. What was her behavior at the bridal shower?
Hey, you was about to get your shit on a whole different level.
To me, you don't even be on a lot, so don't copy your.
You was about to get your shit. Take your shoes off if y'all go.
Yeah, so she just came home. But her behavior at the bridal shower was cool. But I don't want to talk about this anymore, I guess, because we're not going nowhere with it. But yeah, again, that's my opinion, and. Of course, everybody else have their own, but yeah, that's definitely my opinion.
So what we keep
everyone is different. I
Y'all got stuff.
Everyone is different. Her feelings wouldn't have been hurt behind that because I know, but I'm reading it.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't looking at you.
Oh,
I
okay.
was looking at me. No, I was just looking. Everyone is different. Her feelings wouldn't have been hurt behind that because I would have been mad as fuck if my man that I'm around all the time tells me that he doesn't want me to come to a family event.
I don't understand that though.
Why don't you understand that?
Because if you would be mad because he doesn't want you around his family, why? Why are you mad? I'm listening. When I say I don't understand, I'm trying to. Why would you be mad that he don't want you around his family?
I feel like our situation is different. I didn't get along with your family, so it was easy for you to tell me, "Oh, okay, I'm going to such and such," and leave it at that. And I'll be like, "Okay," like I didn't give a fuck because my intentions was not to be around your family.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand why would someone be mad because that person don't want them around their family.
If I plan on spending the rest of my life with you and we don't have okay, I could understand if prior to that we had difficulties with your family.
Mm-hmm.
I had issues with your family. Me and your family had problems, and you don't invite me to the wedding. But I never met them. I would like to eventually know who your aunt, your uncle is, or what about even on Thanksgiving? So I'm not going to be able to sit at a table with you and your family. Or I invited you to my little cousin's wedding. You came to the wedding. You paid for everything with the hotel.
How a man sees it. If I'm spending damn near every single day with you, how many holidays are there in a year? Very few, right? Why the fuck are you focused on the few days versus all the time we together? That's just how I'm thinking. I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. He don't want you with his family. Life goes the fuck on. Y'all can start your own family.
That's true, but I mean, eventually, I personally feel like everybody wants to meet their spouse family. Like, how do you not want to meet the spouses? Personally, I don't feel comfortable not being able to meet your family. Like, what? I think that's crazy. I would like to meet your spouse's family. Yes, I would.
Over what?
We read that one. That's what I meant. We don't care about family, really, but clearly she cares about family. You don't care about family, and you don't, and I know you don't care about family. No, I do though. I do. The family thing is a big deal for me. Everybody is different, but the family thing is a big deal to me. Like in the beginning of me and Bar, like, no, I didn't get along with his family, and it bothered me that I didn't get along with his family, but I had to chuck that shit up and just take the L because I knew that I bugged out type shit. So it was like, cool, they don't want me around, I don't have to be around.
So if a wedding came and I didn't want you to come,
a wedding did come.
You're not seeing.
Yes. No, I wouldn't have felt the way.
Would you let me finish? Actually, go ahead. No, since you know what I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. He's gonna say if a wedding did come when you weren't getting along with the family and you weren't invited.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Okay, what were you gonna say then? You just told me to go ahead and finish. Okay, yeah. So a wedding came when I wasn't getting along with his family, and I didn't go, and it didn't bother me. It didn't make me feel away because I already had swallowed the fact that I don't get along with his family. Now, eventually, in time, he decided to invite me around his family, and I started to come around his family.
And that's
now,
the point I'm trying to say. Shut up to whoever that girl is and wait for the time that he does invite you.
But this is my thing. You saying it so regular like that, and you definitely was explaining yourself whenever you did go to a family event.
I'm not him. What are you talking? I'm not him. What I'm saying is, was I giving you my passcode to go on my phone?
No.
Was I calling you, asking you where I was going to vice versa? Was you not knowing about my family? No, don't compare me to that. What I'm
not
saying
comparing
is,
to that.
you just did. What I'm saying is,
you're not even letting
me. What I'm saying is, instead of her focusing all her time on not coming to the wedding, focus on the money he's spending, how good he treats you, how y'all always together, and y'all go out all the time and wait for the chance he do.
I agree with fam. Laugh out loud. Some females want to make an issue out of nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why you even.
I mean, I just feel like it's gonna be.
What just happened?
Nah,
I didn't like that at all. I'm not talking about me. What I'm simply saying is, wait for it to happen before you get mad over that, bro.
I personally, so if you rather, take that, cool, you can take that opinion. But I personally feel like it's difficult if, again, like I said, cool, you're not reciprocating what I'm doing. I invited you to my little cousin's wedding. You came. but I'm not invited to whatever wedding. I invited you to this birthday party that you got the pass. So like I said, you have access to pretty much everything in my entire life, and I don't have access to nothing in your entire life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you should implement that. Oh, okay, I should be able to do this because you get to do that. Or I should be, again, like I said, that's why I told her to pull back. Certain things now he shouldn't have access to. Don't invite him to this. Don't invite him to that. And see his reaction. See how he's gonna react with that. But again, if you're family orientated, you're gonna just naturally want to be involved in the men that you love, family.
Okay.
So just tell me I'm not ready for you to meet my family.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Just tell me.
I can agree with that. What I don't agree with is the assumption that he's got somebody else. Again, that was the whole point. Like what you said makes sense.
That wasn't the point of the topic.
That wasn't the. I'm not saying that is. I'm simply saying I don't agree with that aspect. What you're saying right now is what I agree with. I never said that was the point, bro.
That's why I was saying communication overall, though. Like, if we are able to talk on the phone all the time, we spending this much time together.
But this is why I keep telling, like, that's not his fault. That's her fault. She allowing him to get all the communication.
I get that.
But that's my point. If you keep saying communication is key, but you already allowed him not to give you any communication.
So he's going to continue to do that.
Exactly. Right. I'm not trying to argue with your point of view. No,
I know. I get what you're saying.
She put herself in that position, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's why I don't even feel like the need to keep talking about that. She already made that shit okay.
It's just one day. They together every day. They're not together at night. Let's be clear. They don't sleep at night with each other. Now, it's not extra shit. I already explained that. I already explained that. Monday through Fridays, when she has her child and they don't see each other at night. They speak all day, every day. They spend the weekends together.
And spend the entire weekend.
Yes,
so, let's just say it's 4 weeks in a month. Right?
Everybody, yes. Yeah.
So that's 8 days they guaranteed to spend.
Everybody entitled to their own opinion. I'm going to bitch about me coming to the bachelorette party and not being invited to the wedding. Yes, I am going to bitch about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm bitching about that. Now, if I wasn't at the bachelorette party and I wasn't invited to the wedding, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not bringing this shit up at all. I ain't even gonna speak about it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't invited to the bridal shop, the shit, the bachelorette shit. So I'm not gonna even expect to be invited to the wedding. I'm not even gonna expect that. But that will definitely throw me off. I don't speak to you all day. The day of the wedding, like you saying that she wasn't.
I'm not saying invited. I said, yeah, you're right. Don't worry about what I was about to say. What you're saying,
not being invited directly from him to go to the bachelorette party, y'all were double dating. The nigga heard you get an invite. He could have calmly told. He could have kicked the bitch. Whoever invited you foot. Listen, shut the fuck up. I don't want to come. Like you doing too much. Or prep them before they came to the bachelorette party.
That's the point, and just stating it without even realizing it. He could have did that, yet he still chose not to invite
you go,
her.
But did not invite you to the wedding.
Exactly. He didn't invite her to the bachelor party. Cool, you could come because somebody else invited you. Somebody else should invite her to the wedding. The point I'm trying to say is he don't invite her to family events. So why make a big deal out of the wedding if you don't go to no family events?
Shit like that, baby showers, weddings. I feel like it's a difference between a party. He pick and choose facts. Yeah, that I'm not.
This is another female.
I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. You're not gonna pick and choose what type of event. Well, then again, I can't say you're not gonna pick and choose what type of event you want me to go to. No, but there's a big difference between a wedding and yo, my brother's birthday party is this weekend. We going to the lounge type shit. You want to come? Those are two different type of things.
Yeah,
those are two different type of.
Invite her.
It is.
He didn't invite her to either or.
He feel that she could.
Party,
up situation,
but not on that side formal with my mom and my grandmother. That's all I'm saying is, bro, it's not the end of the world because he didn't invite her to the wedding.
So, girl, it's not the end of the world because you didn't invite her. You could have kept your phone on the whole day at the wedding.
That is true.
You definitely could have just kept your phone on, and I could have
just been
texting you periodically.
That's not.
They need to have that conversation. They need to have that conversation. They need to have that conversation. Yes, communication is key.
But that's helpful. That communication part is that young lady's
They've been fucking around for it was about to be a year. Not a year, yeah. It was about to be
6 months is not a year. You said 6 months. 6 months is not a year.
They've been together for 7 months, but when I said 6 months, the reason why I said 6 months is because I'm just saying, in the beginning, you don't meet people the first, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Because I'm just saying, a year and 6 months is a big difference.
7 months he moved to Jersey. Like, I don't give a fuck.
7 months and a year is a big difference, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
prior to that, but I'm just saying, prior to me and him even being in a relationship. We were just fucking. Like we spoke about that, and then
But that
around
has
7
nothing-
months,
our
I'm
time-
stating certain things. Certain things I spoke to him about
And-
that I was not
And
allowing
this
that
is
we
the
wasn't.
point
Those
why
are the type of
I said
conversations
not
we
even
had.
to bring that up, because that lady clearly don't get that from him. So you keep going into this expecting how you feel with our relationship when it's not that, bro. Stop doing that. You're asking in terms of her, right? I'm not thinking about
I was
how
just
I
making
am
a
with you.
statement general. Like
All right,
as
well,
far
I
as
just don't
family,
want. I don't
family-wise,
like when you
like.
don't do that. Don't start doing that and then directing
But
it to
this is our
ours.
lives.
It
So I
is,
feel like we
but
could
what I'm- but
put
it's-
our
you're not listening
relationship
to
into
me.
this.
I don't like when we having a topic about that and then you start. No, that wasn't the topic. The topic of discussion was them, not us.
But the reason why we get to have these type of lives is because we can relate. So
that's
that's why I
cool.
bring
I'm
us
not.
up.
That, but yet when I'm telling you my views, you started talking to me like, "But Paul, we didn't do it." No, I'm not talking about my view from our relationship, bro.
I'm just talking in general.
No, I'm talking from that perspective, son. Right? Yeah, like I don't get real. I'm not doing that because I just don't do that, bro.
No, okay, I get you. But me personally, the reason why I was bringing this up and bringing this into it because it is our life, and I feel
I
like
understand
we
that.
can relate
I
to certain
understand that,
situations.
but-
So I bring us
I
up.
understand that, but you asked what would they in that position. I'm not thinking about how I am with you if I was that man. I'm thinking that I don't explain myself to her.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I gotta tell you this now? You give me your phone, give me your password. Me and you ain't do that, so why am I thinking like that? No, I told you she's a yes woman, and now she want answers. It's too late for that shit. Y'all got 7 months of him doing whatever
I
he
don't think
wants.
it's too
But
late.
yes, it is. It is,
I
and that's where
think
y'all go wrong.
I
That's
don't
it.
think it's
You
too
see?
late, but I do feel like if it's something that you do want to say, that you need to start putting your foot down now. The reason why I don't think it's too late because I feel like 7 months is a prom time. 7 months is all fun and games. 7 months is all everything is
See?
serious. We
No,
falling in love. We
I
this,
don't
we
agree
that.
with
I feel like
don't agree
in the
with that.
beginning of 7 months, you still have time to figure the person out. You're still learning that person. That person is still learning you. So now, if you want to save them, I don't feel like she should just up and go because she don't know the facts. She don't know exactly what happened. All she knows is the phone was off for the day of the
And
wedding.
that's why
and
I'm
it was
saying
in my
she
hand,
don't know the
you
facts.
didn't
So
give me
let's not just assume it's somebody else. Also assume is he don't respect your shit because you've been allowing him to do what he want anyway. That was the main point. Just don't assume he automatically cheating. Wow, that man take care of her. All that extra shit, that's out the window because she don't go to a wedding.
She definitely didn't say that was out the window.
Okay, I'm not saying.
I just
Well,
don't know
I'm
if he's
saying-
watching.
Okay,
So
well, I don't know.
she definitely
All I
didn't say
know
that.
is from what we was just told, it seems like all of that stuff gets confused and all of that just because of a wedding.
No, I just feel like if
I-
it was
that
me,
makes no
you
sense.
having your phone off the day of the wedding, I'm not gonna feel comfortable with that. Because she was trying to contact him. He wasn't. It was
Right.
the messages turned green.
And you having fun with
She was
your
black.
family, you
She know, but
No,
she know.
no, she was
She
black.
don't know all the
It's
facts.
a big
but she know
difference.
that.
It's a big difference if we text and talk on a regular. You got an iPhone. I got an iPhone. I'm talking about from the beginning to the end. We talking on a regular basis, and your shit is going blue. And then, let's say, for instance, all day, whatever, however it went, it's going blue. I'm trying to hit you up, you're not responding, and let's say your phone died.
Mhm.
Let's just say your phone died.
He
You was
posted
at
on
the wedding.
Instagram.
Let's just say your phone
Is that what
died.
he was doing? Because
No.
you know y'all been. Let's just be real. She
Let's
went to
just-
detective mode to find out that she was blocked. Yes or
Yeah,
no?
she knows.
Okay, so let's just get to the point. Fuck all the extra shit.
Might call it
She
from another number to see.
She did the detective.
Nah,
and
she didn't
found
do
out
that.
she was
I would have did that. She
And
didn't do
I
that.
agree with that. I agree. Cool.
First,
But-
I want to know why they went to wedding, or why wasn't invited, and then
See?
why you blocked me.
But the
What was
point
the
is,
point?
but the main thing is what y'all missing is she felt prior to that he was already cheating, and that's the real issue, not the
Right,
wedding.
but this is my thing. But okay,
So
and I
don't
get
ask
that.
him about the
But
wedding.
I get
bro.
that. But I get that because when that was brought to his attention, it was one of those brushstroke type of things. So she took it as she know that she used to do that in a prior relationship. She don't want to do that now. That's why I said certain things be difficult because prior to you not accusing a guy, but you mentioning okay, such and such time you didn't call him, you didn't respond, what's going on, you cheating, you fucking around. I don't want to do that this relationship. I'm happy, I'm good. So I'm gonna bring something up to your attention. You brushed it off, you threw it under the carpet, you didn't want to speak about it. Now here's a wedding and I'm not invited. So it's like I brushed off the shit the last time. I allowed you, but I allowed you to brush off the first time because I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want to. She shouldn't have. I agree with that as well. But you don't
So-
again. Everybody go through different things.
So now
Prior
you're trying
to
to have a conversation about anything.
it gets
in
brushed
your
off.
head.
Yes.
But that's my point
Exactly.
though. So be mad at that. Just don't start assuming he cheat.
Yeah, but he has bad habits. Why the phone off? This guy said why the phone off.
I said that too. The phone.
Is it
shouldn't
okay
have been
for a
off. That's
woman to go
spooky.
through?
That's stupid.
That's
Is it okay for a
spooky.
woman to go through your phone while you're sleeping? Somebody asked
Sleep
that.
on the library and say, you know what? I'm gonna get a book on relationship. Everybody relationship different.
But that's why.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why people are
Straight
individuals,
detective
you know,
mode. Swear she should have popped up at the wedding.
I know,
Yo,
but that's what I said.
Why do you say that?
But my point is, like, yo,
my wedding, nigga,
see?
it's gonna be a funeral.
But you see?
I'm
But
violating.
another thing is, like, yo,
You
you put all that effort into the detective work. Why don't you put all that effort into standing stance on your communication aspect?
mm-hmm.
But that's why I say, like,
Okay.
women, I feel, this is my opinion,
No,
y'all
but-
focus a lot of attention on shit that don't really equate
But
to much.
honestly, when she was speaking to me about it, the advice that I did give her was from the gate, change your password. Point
Yeah,
blank,
she's
period.
stupid for that. She's a
Change
fucking
your
clown.
password so that he
She's
can
a fucking clown.
change
I don't
your
even want to
password.
change passwords.
Change your password so that he can see how it feels. So when he decides to go through your phone, he's gonna want an explanation as to
But
why
this
you
is
changed your
why
password, and you don't need to explain yourself.
Why they
Allow
go
that.
to each other's phones?
Everybody's relationship is different.
She not gonna ever know.
But listen, everybody's relationship is different because somebody wants to know why is he going through her phone.
But
Listen,
that's what I'm
everybody
saying. She was a yes woman. And you can't, now you was a yes woman for 6 or 7 months.
Mhm.
I do not see that changing in a relationship.
No.
Like, I do not believe at all that she can start changing him to be reciprocate
Now,
of, yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to say from the get-go. You're a yes woman. You already
I feel
allowed
like
me
you
to
can't.
have
I feel
wrong.
like you can't change. I agree with you 110%. I feel like you can't change that, but you can change how you're moving in a relationship.
Yes,
now.
she can. And that's why
And
I
that's why
said
I told her
she should be
definitely
mad at
change your
herself.
password. Yeah, she should be mad at herself. But I
That's
feel
what
like
that man did
but-
not wrong.
I do feel like she
That
should be
man
mad at
did
herself.
nothing
But
wrong.
No,
Except the blocking shit. That's some sucker shit. That is the only thing I'm not with. Everything else,
Maybe he
That's what
felt
she
that
allowed.
and she contacted him and found out.
nah, it's none of that. Nah, it's quiet. That's quiet.
what?
That's
just
quiet.
saying,
Whatever
it
he
is
trying to
quiet.
say,
Wait,
it's
hey,
quiet.
what is it?
There's no reason to block her at that time of day. No reason at all.
What?
It's quiet for that.
There's no reason for me to block her.
But what's your explanation?
No,
We're
no,
not talking about
no,
you. What's your explanation
No,
though?
I'm being
But
honest.
what you about
I'm
to say?
speaking on me. There's no reason for me to block nobody.
Right, but
So
what
my
was you about
homie-
to say? Maybe
He probably didn't want to hear her. He's like, oh, you mad?
That is
It's gonna be-
true.
Now you fucking up my
That
vibe.
is true.
You know what's crazy? I
That's
said,
true.
but I mentioned that to her. I wanted to know
And what
if
did
she
she
was
say?
that type of person.
what
She
did she
honestly said they don't do that. They don't argue. They don't. It's new. It's still new. So it's a possibility that they don't be arguing and bickering like that. It's still new.
This
You get
sound
what I'm
like
saying?
she right,
She
he
told me-
wrong.
He
But-
probably said, I'm not gonna take a chance of it happening today.
That shit. That could be a possibility.
So I'll
No, but
catch
she
you
said that they don't
afterwards.
really be doing that. Like everything is just regular. Like, and she got into just showing me certain things. And she was just like,
I don't
everything is a
understand
vibe. Like
But
she's
my
happy.
thing is-
They're good. Like
All right, so but that you see right there.
so. Just leave it like that.
No. Besides the blocking point, that's a reason to be mad. You mad about the wedding? We good. He do this. He do that. It's a wedding. Shut
See,
up.
like
Not
I
a
told
blocking
you,
part.
Like I told you, if I wasn't at the bachelorette thing, I honestly wouldn't give a
But she
fuck
wasn't
about the-
invited by him, Tia. That's like, yo, you come to the spot because
She was
CC brought
invited
you.
by the
Listen to me.
person
It
who
don't
wanted it
matter.
was, though.
But this
Like,
is, you're not listening though. So if that was the case, she would have invited you to the wedding.
Oh,
No, but when you go to a wedding, you don't pay the plate.
It don't
So,
matter.
he
bro.
has the money. No, but he has the money.
He ha-
This nigga
He
has money.
spend money. So why
He
would
has money. That's the point.
You know that.
So not paying for plates or whatever, that is not even. That's not.
How was the bachelorette experience? How was she at
Did
the
she have a great
bachelorette?
time?
She basically, yeah. They all
So
had a
you
good
had a
time.
great
Everything was-
time. Enjoy
regular.
that time
No,
you
I'm
had.
saying maybe
Like she type shit. No, it wasn't like that. No. It wasn't like that. The
He
bachelorette
did.
party wasn't like
Actually asked her to come to the bachelorette. So it's not like, yo, come with me to this, but I'm not
And
gonna
it's-
bring
and
you
like
to
I
this.
said,
He
it's
don't
a wedding.
invite her
It
to
wasn't
any
on the
family
bachelorette.
events.
It's a wedding.
So why are you tripping about the wedding?
If she
bro?
started out like that, she can't switch it.
I think-
No,
her.
her.
Oh,
She
no, I get
started
that.
out not doing
No, I
it.
get that.
I'm just saying, like, yo, girl, you
Like
know
I
you
said,
fucked
now
up.
just change. You just gotta change. You just gotta change how you going about the relationship now.
And that's
Like,
it.
yeah, that's a
That's all
fact.
she could do.
That's a fact.
And tell her.
Definitely, yeah. But when she was explaining to me why she gave him that much access to her life in general, I can understand why she did. I can understand that.
I
But
can understand
now
too,
you just
but
know
that's-
that you
she
can't
made
do
that
it
mistake.
anymore.
You don't. I'm not giving nobody all that access if it's not reciprocal. And then
Right.
you can't get mad when you come to them open for communication and they're
And then that's the
dismissive.
Yeah.
How are you angry about that? How are you feel? You can feel away, but that man is entitled to just brush it off because y'all.
It was
either
somebody
have
else that
thing.
was there with us, and she said maybe he's just used to submissive women.
And
And
I think. See, I didn't want to get into that
Maybe
topic.
you
You want to get into
are
that
not.
topic?
yeah,
Obvious,
that's what
that's
somebody
obvious.
mentioned to her.
That's
Maybe he's just
obvious.
accustomed to submissive women,
She's a yes
and you're not
woman.
being submissive when it comes to the wedding. That she wasn't abiding by the.
She's
submissive
a yes
type
woman,
shit.
and now you trying to be a strong, independent one. Cut it out.
A yes woman is not submissive.
Cut it out.
That's submissive, yeah.
She is.
That's
So
what I'm
the
saying.
second you try to
No,
be
but now you're trying to be
aggressive, that's
aggressive,
a
which is the
dog.
wedding. That's probably why you got blocked
No,
type stuff.
I told you. That's what I said that from the get-go. She's a yes woman. Once you get that stated in full, my reaction to you is always going to be on something. Cut it out. We're not even doing that.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's my thing. I feel like. What are you telling me? No, I feel like with that whole submissive thing, if there was some type of respect in being submissive, then I feel like being submissive would be okay.
I think she
But
does
some
get that
people-
respect.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just speaking in
You're
general
speaking
with
general
submissive.
now.
Yes, I
Okay.
feel like with the submissive thing, like some males take advantage of a female being submissive.
and vice versa.
100%.
And
Both
vice
ways.
versa. Thank you.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, and I feel like in that case, like you don't know what somebody actually did prior to or how they were in a relationship prior to. There's
Sure.
a lot of men that complain about a woman being too aggressive. So it's like, maybe I want to switch it up this time around because the relationship is not working for me. And maybe because I'm being too aggressive in these relationships. So maybe I want to do
You don't
something
want another
different
nigga.
now. I don't want the same. Yeah, I don't want exactly. A man don't want another nigga and vice versa. So it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to try to be submissive. And then once you become submissive, I just feel like definitely any little sign you need to have that conversation. Like, yeah, I'm being submissive, but I don't want you to take advantage of that. And the
that's
same thing,
and
the
that's the
other way around type
And
shit.
that's the truth. But you take that chance anytime you meet somebody new.
Yeah.
So like that's a relationship. The
That's
point
true.
I was trying to say the most in terms of that, like yo, she saw those signs from the beginning. But my biggest thing though, to try to understand women, and this is me trying to understand, I don't understand how y'all just make the wedding a big deal in that aspect. And everything else that man was doing just went downhill.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
All right, cool. Because to me, it sounded like
no.
it was
Before
just,
she
well,
even
now,
mentioned
yes.
the wedding, before she mentioned the wedding to me, she made sure she thoroughly explained to me how good of a man he was
So
to
why
her.
make the
Before she, because she was bothered, and I could tell she was bothered. She was bothered, and I could tell she was bothered. That's how she feels. She do feel like he's a good man. She gave him the utmost. Like, if I could say that she described him to make her, basically he made her feel wanted. You know what I mean? He made her feel like
Is she pretty?
she's pretty. Yeah, she's pretty.
Is she pretty?
She's pretty. She has a nice body.
Is she pretty?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's pretty and she has a nice body.
Okay.
But she basically feel like, first off, automatically when you're pretty and have a nice body, you feel like all men want to do is fuck. He did not make her feel that way. So that's why she made sure she explained
focus?
she was bothered.
All right, cool. I understand that. That is fine. You're bothered. But why put so much focus on just because you bothered about that?
You know why? It's because she, like you said, the main issue is
The cheating.
Yes.
That's the road. Okay.
that's
I get
what.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
That's like a helicopter.
I get it.
It's gonna hover around. If you move to the side of the field, it's still gonna be hovering over there.
She's probably noticing how
Certain
she
things.
goes certain places with him and not to
The
other places
cheating.
with him.
It's not
The
just certain
cheating.
things. It's just like I said, there's some weekends that they're spending, because I said that he don't sleep. There's some weekends that they spend together where she may wake up to go to the bathroom and he's up. Now me and you are asleep. We're spending the weekend together. So now we're sleep night bedtime. And she says she sleeps light. So she could feel him constantly getting up. She could feel him constantly having to do
so
this,
you
do
ain't
that.
say all that.
No, what I said was he don't sleep.
Yeah, but listen, him not sleeping and constantly getting up is two different things. Me not sleeping, I could be right beside you not sleeping on the TV. Now, me constantly getting up, okay, why are you constantly getting up? I'm thinking like a woman. Like, you didn't say all that. It's a big difference.
No, but when you ask me, do she feel like he's sitting too quiet? That's what I was referring to. I just didn't get into details about it.
All right, cool. Well, you
But
gotta get
that's
the
why
details,
she,
bro.
it's like certain little things, like you said, that she feel it's not just particularly the wedding.
Of
It's
course.
just seeing
And that's
signs.
the
But
point.
again,
Not the
like you
wedding, but
said,
That's the point.
it's seeing the signs.
Why bring up the wedding? Bring up the
really
cheating.
feel like she's
It's
looking
not.
at-
It's not the
he's
wedding.
taking her-
It's not the wedding.
realize is the reason why she's looking at these things like boom boom is because of the cheating.
Exactly.
The cheating
not
is
the
hovering
wedding.
over there. So if
Don't
she didn't
come to
do
me
the
with the wedding.
If he go to the bathroom, it wouldn't be funny. You know what I'm saying? Because
Who the fuck you saying?
But I don't think that.
That's not right.
No, all right.
That's not right.
Wait.
Okay. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
I don't think that that if she didn't never see those little signs of him cheating, that she wouldn't have felt the way about the wedding. I personally feel like she felt the way about the wedding because she was at the bachelor party.
And that's where, again, I don't understand why she would feel that way if he didn't invite her to the bachelor party. That's like you mad. I bought some sneakers yesterday and bought some sneakers today and didn't buy you none. We never had a discussion about me buying you.
If you think about it, he probably wasn't even going to invite her, period. But somebody else around probably invited her, so he probably didn't want to.
But that's my point. It's not even that. He didn't invite you to that. How are you mad just because he didn't invite you to
the
this?
money thing,
He don't.
That's not even an
But
option.
when
He probably would have gave his brother. He probably would have went to the wedding and gave. He has point blank period. He has a lot of. I'm not about to
That's covered off.
Y'all see all, but
That's covered off.
but my point is,
But he had a plus one prior before they met.
is y'all see all that.
That could be a
No, you're not.
possibility,
See,
though.
but this is where everything is wrong. You see, the main thing
But,
is,
what
it's
is
not about the wedding. It's
That
about the
could be a
cheating.
possibility,
And she didn't
though.
come to him about the cheating, the communication, but she came to him about the
But
wedding.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Or like it's mutual. So maybe he was going to probably his baby mother.
I said that.
No,
I
but
said
that's
that.
what- but I said that. But that's what I
Baby
said.
moms is good with the
This is
family.
what I
You
said.
can't come to that.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
But that's
And when I
why
said
I
that
said-
to her, what she said was he could have just simply said, "My child's mother's going."
Okay,
But
Period.
if you don't communicate,
But he don't talk to, but the reason
don't talk like
the
that.
reason that's iffy. You said he don't discuss his child's mother to her at all.
He don't.
So that would seem out of character for him to tell her that.
and that's exactly why.
All I'm saying is, don't say it's cheating because of the wedding.
But that's what the boys
I feel like that's
But
That's the point I'm
but
trying
not
to
for
get
nothing.
to.
That's even worse though. If I'm on some regular mutual shit,
That's
I'm going.
worse.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna explain what I think it
Okay.
was. I'm going to the wedding with my baby mother. I don't mention my baby mother to you at all, so I'm not gonna mention to you that she's coming. And then my phone is off.
So what are you hiding?
That's out of line.
That is true.
So now what are you hiding?
But that's what I'm saying.
Are you
I
and your
agree
baby
with
mother
you.
not
So
together,
stop
together?
talking about the wedding and start talking about the things he do that
In
make you
general.
think he's cheating. That's the whole
If y'all
point
not
of this.
married, you should not submit to no man because y'all not married.
Who said that? Go back. No, who said that? I totally disagree. That's the dumbest comment. That's like me saying, I'm not going to treat you as a wife until you become my wife.
Right.
So I'm not going to take care of you. I'm not going to feed you. You don't deserve wife shit. That's one of the dumbest things I heard. It's nothing. If a man submits to a woman should submit to a man. That's the dumbest shit I heard. How the fuck you gonna know if he's worthy of being submitted to if you never even
How
did?
you supposed to know if you want to spend the rest of your life with a person if he ain't treating you to make you feel like you should?
I bet you that was a woman. I bet you that was a woman. That was a guy? He's on drugs. He's on drugs. You on drugs, Tia. Sade on drugs. Y'all talk about y'all right. And all of y'all wrong.
Certain places like where parties and hookah spots, dates, please, that's regular to guys. Should the wedding be a breaking point for her? Like, should she feel like being that she wasn't invited to the wedding?
First of all, where's her happiness in that? Where's her happiness at? Is she happy with the guy?
Yes.
But
So
she wanna be happy.
She's happy.
Right, but it's
He
still
does everything
7 months.
right.
It's still new. Give the nigga a chance.
Thank
nigga.
you.
I
Baby
told her that,
step.
but I told her that, and she, like I said, it was a mutual conversation. She wasn't irate about it. She wasn't like, fuck it, I'm leaving him. It wasn't none of that.
Okay,
Because
she was
again,
just calm.
yeah, it was just talking about it.
So
You know what I
my
mean? So
thing
I don't
is-
want us
Cool, I
to
don't
make
think
it seem like, you
My
know,
thing
like
is,
she's
I
trying
think
to up the
she
beat
should
and type shit.
focus her energy on the things that's really bothering her.
This
That's
is
the thing.
like what she kind of wanted. She wanted me to, if she said it was okay, I asked her, can I bring it to this? And she said it was okay. But she just wanted advice from
All right, cool. And this is just
So
she wasn't.
this is just
Bob
from
kept saying,
our
hey,
perspective.
females focus on the wrong.
Like that's a fact. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I think where she is going wrong in that aspect, focus that energy on what you feel like he's the reason
He's
you feel
doing
like
right.
he's cheating.
Okay,
No, because
okay.
fuck what
Okay,
he doing
okay.
right. He's gonna keep doing right.
Right.
Don't make the wedding the issue. Bring the real
The other
issue
shit
at
to light
hand.
type
It's the
shit.
shit
Okay.
that's bought, not the wedding. That's,
Yeah.
And that's why I kept saying, who cares he brought to the wedding? That shit don't matter to that guy.
It's
To
the
him,
shit that's
it's
built up to why you're
Yes.
gonna use
And
the
that's,
wedding as
and
to
that's
why
9
you're
out of
married
10
type
times what
shit.
makes the bigger problem.
Yes.
Because you basically brain-drumming me about
Stupid
wedding,
shit.
but that's not what it is.
And this is how men
It's the
think.
real shit.
You
It's-
see what your brother just said?
Yeah.
That's how men think. You bringing up a bunch of dumb shit that I don't care about.
Bring
Instead
up
of
what
the
you
real
really
shit.
care about. Bring up what
Exactly.
you really got a
And
problem
then
with.
by the time she bring that up, he don't give a fuck. Because you spent all that time on that stupid shit.
Okay.
She's insane.
Certain places like where parties and hookah spots, dates, please, that's regular to guys. Okay, I read that. And should the wedding be a breaking point? We read that.
I don't think
I was dealing with a nigga that I had a blast with when we went out, and I wouldn't dare take him around my family. But anywhere you seen me, you seen him, except for family events.
And he didn't feel a way about that.
Somebody said he's cheating.
Yo, I hate y'all. I hate y'all, son. Niggas, I just all of that. I give up. This is why I say, son.
No, these
y'all
fellas was
retarded.
letting me just talking.
But even before they came, we was talking about this.
If you can't be straightforward, you're cheating. That's the same person.
That's the dumbest shit.
We didn't come again.
All right, hold on. Before you say that, right? Now, before you say that, now I guarantee he's spending all that money taking care of that, right? If she ain't know where that money come from, I bet you she wouldn't make that an issue. But she making the issue of the things he not telling her that she feel away about. You see the funny shit? When that money coming in, he doing all that cool fly shit. I don't even want to know where that come from. I have a question about that.
No, she knows exactly where it's coming from. She knows
that
she even got her cousin's a job at one of his businesses.
The point I'm trying to say, why don't she focus on all that good shit?
She, again, like I said, she was not irate about this. She did make sure she let me know what type of guy, so I can have a,
but that's my point.
But I feel like, no, I get you. But I feel like that's a big deal too with women. If you're gonna talk about somebody that you are dating and they are doing 80% or 90% right, you need to make that very clear, because naturally, if you're gonna vent to a woman or a man about a particular situation that you want advice on, and you're not explaining what type of guy you're dealing with, we're naturally gonna think negative, man or female. So that's like me talking about you. I'm in a relationship with you, and you fucked up about this particular situation, and I'm like, I want your opinion. Let me not. He's not a bad guy. Let's make that clear. He's not this. He does this for me. He do that. We this. We that. And now let me tell you what I am having an issue with. A lot of women don't do that. That's why your friends would naturally be like, bitch, leave him. That's why your friends would naturally be like, oh, well, you need to, don't fuck with him type shit. No.
Well, my advice
this
to
is
her,
one situation. I want to know how you feel about this.
Stay with him. Get over the fucking wedding and talk about the real issue.
Yeah, because in life, everybody's individual, so everybody got different outlooks. Everybody was raised differently. Everybody sees things differently. So you can't come here like, oh, this is the way I feel. No, it's individual.
How you gonna know if he or she is? How you gonna know if he or she is right for you if you don't know what they're bringing to the table?
Take your time.
That's why you have to submit. You have to be aggressive. You gotta find out what works in the relationship.
Take your time.
The wedding was the breaking point. It was another BS added to the list. The same person that said he's cheating.
What?
The person that said he's cheating, she said the wedding was the breaking point. It was another.
Listen, guys. Hey, it's her opinion.
Yeah, that's her opinion.
Yeah. I disagree with that opinion.
I mean, you're right. You can disagree.
It was another BS added on the list.
No, she's trying to get an understanding, because at the end of the day, obviously this is new to her. This is a new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The whole situation is new about it, because she's approaching it new. Everything's new. So she wants to
She's supposed to get
she's on the cloud right now.
That's a fact. That's what I said. She's not downplaying
One foot is a little down like a hub.
And that's why I keep on trying to make that clear. A lot of women do that. Downplay the dude off of one situation. Like off rip. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. I'm leaving. This, that, he's an ass. He this. Okay, and I get that she might feel prior little things or whatever, but I feel like as of now she has to just change her behavior.
Yeah, like I said, from the
needs to go about.
And she started off all wrong.
Yeah, but it was difficult. She was doing that because of prior relationships.
And that's a lot of things. Sometimes a lot of people go into a relationship like, you know what? I'm not gonna do what I did in that relationship in this relationship.
But you can't even go off that either, because the guy might be different as well.
Right, and then a lot of times while you trying to focus on not doing this in a relationship, you fucking up everything else.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Like right now, the stuff she's doing that she didn't do last time, the mistake she made.
She needed that. She needed to be that person.
Not even that. Yeah. And what she was doing this time she didn't last time, it wasn't reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
So now you taking that leap of faith and nobody jumping fully with you.
Once you bothered by something, bring it up immediately, because it just bothers and comes up later.
I disagree with that. If you bothered by something, sleep on it. If you still feel as angry as you did, bring it up. But sometimes you might not know the full facts and you look stupid as shit. It's a case-by-case scenario. Do not just jump into any time you feel bothered. You take it a case by case. That's not the best advice.
You always want to take a moment and think about shit.
We have another thing. That's what you call shut up money. I disagree with that, because the things that he has done for her, she can do for herself. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Flat out.
people always try to say when somebody's doing something financially, somebody shut up.
They just shut up. Yeah.
That's
I don't think that's
no.
I don't think that's okay.
That's
But that's why I'm saying.
That's what I feel.
Like, to
Yeah.
me,
He's probably be doing
he
something.
genuinely
Like,
think-
yeah.
yeah. So
So
I got some
leave
money
the-
and you my lady.
and that's why
And
I said
that's what
leave
men
the
do.
wedding
Men
alone.
are providers.
Like he
Yeah.
really care about you. Clearly, don't make that wedding a big issue, boo.
But the person that said that's what you call shut up money is the one that said he's cheating.
Yes,
But
insane.
Oh, she gonna check it.
I would
What?
have a conversation with the guy. That's it.
She tried. And he shut it down.
Friends is
Because
always gonna
she
say
allowed that from the
leave.
beginning.
Exactly.
Stay with him and get through your head that you're not going to weddings ever. That's the same person that said he's cheating.
Exactly.
That's the same person that said he's cheating.
So why is that the end of the world?
That's the one that said it's hush money.
Yeah, it's insane. I bet she's insane, right? She's insane. Fucking crazy. But the point is, she messed up in the beginning.
I mean, I feel like at this point, like I said, you need to go about it completely different. Flat out, change the password to your
And she
phone.
was
Whether you
even
hiding
more
anything or
upset.
not. Whether you hiding anything or not. Change the password to your phone and just like I said, go through everything else about it. Like you don't have to invite him to no more events or whatever's gonna make you feel comfortable at that point.
No.
And it's not about being tit for tat. It's not about okay, now you're not allowing this, so I'm gonna do what you know. It's not that. It's just try to go about it.
So
It doesn't-
you can have a relationship any kind of way you want.
Mhm.
If you let Ball steer in your head and you steer on his back sideways, and y'all like that. Yeah,
Relationship has no rules.
There's no book on how you gonna be in a relationship. So, but
that's
people
why I
speak to judge
said-
and be like, you know what? Oh, well, they
Yeah, but that's why I said like, yo, that
She said,
family
"Laugh my
thing
ass
is
off
a
when you
bit
said she was
that might be a deal to
Huh?
her.
She
But it
laughed
might
my
be a
ass
big
off
deal to
because
him.
boss said she's insane.
She is insane. Once you start reading those comments, I know that's the woman. And her feelings, her emotion. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
No, that's try it next
She-
time. You know what? I don't even know. We gonna figure it out. Oh, fuck him tomorrow.
Come on, he blocked her. That's extreme. That's the same.
Yo, listen. I said I agree with
Yeah.
that, and that's what
But
she
it's
should
only
focus
7
on.
months. So exactly, it's
Not
only
the
7
wedding.
months. So I don't think that you should just.
Or he just
He blocked us
No.
one day.
No, I think when the wedding was because I was over there for a little while. So I think when the wedding was over, he contacted her with the we're not doing this right now.
Okay, wait, hold on. That's a big thing.
I would have said, so what we doing?
So I can might understand why he probably blocked her. Yo, I'm not in the mood for this fucking stupid shit right now. I'm here with my
Well,
family, enjoying myself. She smoked. She
She
obviously
didn't
fucking
speak to
blowing
him
shit
all
up.
day type stuff. So it was one of those like, hey, I'm just trying to see.
So
what's
did
going
any
on.
text go through to him? Period.
No, because women.
Yeah.
So-
She what she do the day-to-day thing is waking up good morning type shit, regular text.
Okay, so they spoke that day.
What did
No.
she say to him that made him
She got
say,
that.
I'm not
Oh
doing
no, he's shagging.
Can we
He's
not?
even to say good morning. He's shagging.
I want to know, what
Yeah.
did she say to him that made him say, oh, I'm not doing this right now?
When she like basically went, it was about the wedding. She mentioned the wedding. She mentioned why she couldn't go to the wedding. Like basically
And
trying to
that's
confront him
what
about
she-
it.
How did she mention it? Was she
It don't matter. She mentioned the wedding
Yes.
instead of what really bothered her. And again, that's the main
She
point of
mentioned
this
the
thing.
wedding and
Fuck the wedding, bro. He don't care
no
about the
response.
wedding.
She was
That's
blocked
why she got
and-
that response.
Yeah.
She don't give a fuck about a wedding. She
She
been
don't
like,
care
yo,
about
you
the
blocked me.
wedding.
We gotta
She
discuss that.
blocked.
If she'd have brought that to him and he'd have shut that shit down, now you got a reason to go crazy.
But you know, it's like just because they have a routine of speaking to each other all day.
The one time it's not that.
It's like
It's
that,
in the
nigga.
world.
It's in the world, nigga.
That's it.
Yo, this shit is the craziest shit.
what?
That's like, all right, look.
It's like a routine, right?
I come home every night at 9 a.m.
Right.
It's 9 p.m.
Right.
All right, then I decide to come home at 1 a.m. on a regular school night.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
No, but listen. But now look, if I didn't call and answer, I can understand why you want something.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait, time out. Speaking of that, you know what's crazy? No, on a serious note, something like that, a guy will automatically take it as, oh wait, shit. Sometimes that serious, we
Y'all be worried.
I'm not gonna hold you, but you know what's so crazy? I told him
Niggas
that.
got guns.
No.
He fine.
Always.
He's fine, bro. That be making it seem like he out there pussy. Somebody gonna fuck with him on the walk home. That nigga shoot people.
Okay,
Shut
he
up,
might get
man.
shot first.
Okay, then you'll find that out. The fuck? I bet you where he going, he got his gun.
So by him calling you on the phone, it's gonna stop him from getting shot. Oh baby! Oh baby! Oh no, they gonna shoot me, baby.
I'm
They
relaxed.
gonna shoot me,
See, they
baby.
shot me. I'm calling my mother. Sit on my money in the account. Come back to you.
We be worried. We just be wanting to
But no, that was a good point though. Like I know y'all
She
be worried.
needs to move at his pace. She needs to move at his pace. Wait, when the fucking wedding was over, he would have been blocked by the time the wedding was over.
Same
She's
girl.
lying. She's lying.
Same girl.
She's lying. Whoever wrote that is lying. You would have answered that call because you wanted to know why he didn't block you. And then you want him to chase you to make shit right. Stop lying. I hate when y'all do that shit.
She got blocked him just because she want to blast.
Exactly.
That's what they get a kick out of that.
And then she hungry.
And then she hungry.
And then he get the food.
And then
he bought her food.
and everything's fine. You know I be tripping, baby. Come on, you know, son, that was just me.
All right, we have another comment.
Oh my.
Y'all really looting it. If they speak, listen, if they speak every morning constantly, yet on this one day, the day of the wedding, he doesn't answer, but puts her on block until later on that night.
And I said, that's fucked up.
And
So
if
why are
she
you not
anything-
talking about that, love?
If she
Why
did
are you
anything
trying
get
to talk
blocked,
to this man about
it's
the
a problem.
wedding? Talk to him about that funny
I think
shit.
she should follow her instincts and not settle.
Who said that?
I mean, if that's her
Who
instance,
said that and not
settle?
settle? Who said that and not settle?
That was Jenny.
Oh, I know it was some independent, right? And she should just and not settle. I know some independent. I'm gonna take care of me, bro.
That's the thing that's going on right now. Girls are so independent. So what is men for?
No, you know what? Yo, that
Everybody should be
is true.
single.
That is true.
Everybody should
No, you know,
want to run.
you know what the problem is? Yo, you know,
Can I see
who's
you?
not-
Go ahead.
the women want to be just as independent as the men, but don't want to adhere to those men rules.
And what
You
are
want to
them
be so
rules?
independent, so why can't I stay home and you take care of everything?
Why we just can't equally be independent and equally take care of
Cool,
bills
then
and do things of that sort?
but this is my point. Y'all want to do that, but still want to try to be overly aggressive without. I don't need this and I don't need that, and I think that's the problem today.
But I don't feel like it could. I mean, okay, I get what you're
So
saying.
you
but
see how a
it could
female will have her
also be
own and
just
have her own?
putting. It could also be just I'm independent, but I'm not gonna be the fact that I am independent. I know I could do for myself. I'm not gonna allow you to do whatever the fuck you want.
I didn't say anything about that. The point what I'm trying to
That's-
say
But you
is,
said
That's
that
in
a
a
woman don't want to
relationship.
adhere to.
That's the first thing that girls
when I say
I'm not gonna
adhere to-
allow. So it's
exactly.
not gonna
It's
allow
just, well, I can do this. I got this. I got
Men
that.
have
That's not a
problem with
relationship.
the word allow.
That's
So
not a
I can't.
relationship.
You
though.
think you're
Right, but it's
not
not that you're not gonna allow. If it makes me feel uncomfortable, it's not that I'm not gonna allow. We're gonna speak about it, and if you did,
All right,
you
that's
don't
a big
want to.
difference
If you
from
don't want to work
being
on it,
alone.
I'm telling you, I'm not allowing it. So at that point, obviously, yeah, you do need to move on. Because if it's something that I'm not with or I'm not fucking with, I spoke to you about it, and we not trying to figure out a situation or solution. It's not about just saying, oh, okay, I'm not gonna allow it, and you feel the way that I'm saying I'm not gonna allow it. No, it is
I
what it is.
completely
If
agree
you're
with that.
constantly allowing everything or constantly allowing certain shit, it's just like no, like no, that's
But
settling.
that's
That's
the
just
point
that's just
I was trying to
being
get.
like, I fuck it. This
She
is what we
already
doing.
allowed for it. So why are you bringing up a fucking wedding instead of why he blocked you?
Hell no, he would have had to call me blocked. So my ex used to call me a lot when I was out with my B.
Probably being with his bitch.
Somebody said me. This story is me. Oh, that's Jenny. She said me. This story is me.
The story is huh?
She said this story is me.
Oh.
Wayne said you're.
Yeah. Tio on here going crazy.
Jenny said the fuck, laugh out loud. Why? Why do some women bring the hurt from their last relationship to a new one?
All of y'all do that.
Yep.
All
I
of
feel
y'all
like
do
men
that.
be doing that shit too.
everybody-
Men
say
don't
no.
do that shit. Well, no, let me not say that. Let me not say that. Men do that. I think women allow more of it to come into the relationship than men do.
What do y'all mean by that though?
I'm just about to ask that.
Like
When
we
y'all
bring.
snap, when y'all snap, y'all not only snapping at the shit I did. Y'all also snapping at whoever hurt you and made you feel that way too.
But why do women
Listen.
feel that way?
This happened, I'm not letting nobody do this to me again. But that's why.
Why?
Because y'all will say it indirectly. And don't say it loud. What I'm saying is men do the same thing, but not to the full extent as women. Like if somebody hurt me, you moving funny, I'm gonna get distant. I'm not going to get mad and reciprocate all that negative energy that he did on you. Big difference.
Somebody said men too.
I said that too, men too. But men do it differently.
Men do it differently.
Yo, so she moving funny. I remember who did that to me. Now I'm not fucking with her. I'm moving away.
But you know what it could be? It could be that y'all as a man, y'all did the same. Like basically, you did some shit to me that reminded me of what this last nigga did or whatever, and it's the same shit. So it's like,
So don't. Okay, cool. That's cool. So what? So what though? But so what? You're not fucking.
So we need to make sure we don't slip up and say I'm not gonna allow y'all.
No. Don't take that small thing into something bigger because of past hurt.
But what if it's something that it's
Okay,
small,
that
maybe
is cool,
small to you, but big to me?
Okay, so if it's small to me, can we keep it on that? Why are we taking it way past that because of your past? That's not my fault.
I feel like that right there is a big deal. There's a lot of times where a situation may be a big deal to me, but
it's not a big deal.
Tiny to you.
And I'll be like, yo, whatever that happened before, don't bring that to me. Because I don't do that to you though.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact I try exactly. I'm not gonna be trying to bring whatever happened in my past to you. That's not fair to you.
Yeah, no, you know.
That's the point I'm trying to make though. I said men do it too, but we don't give it into that much energy.
It's more of y'all would just shut down type shit.
Exactly.
Men bring the bullshit their mothers did to them and expect for us to fix it.
Who said that? Who said that? Oh, who said that? Up now. Who said it? Give me this shit. Let me see this shit. Oh God. Oh shit. Hold on. Now stop. Let me read that comment. Stop. It's hot and I'm not taking my sweater off. Man, listen. Men bring the bullshit their mothers did to them and expect us to fix it. Yet you still be his mama.
Right.
That's the fucking problem.
Right.
I could bring everybody, I could bring everybody I had sex with to you. It's your choice if you want to have sex with. Man, I hate that type of shit right there. Men do that, and y'all women allow it.
Facts. I agree with him. Laugh out loud.
They mothers did some shit to them, spoiled them rotten, and they expect their girlfriends to treat them and let them get away with everything they did like their mothers did. I understand that. I can see how men do that. Men will go after women that remind them some senses as their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Protect and feed you, take care of you, do shit like that. Cool. So don't allow him to do that.
But okay, so for instance, if you don't want to do that,
don't be with him.
Right.
Don't sit here and that's like me complaining. That's like me complaining. Yo, Tia got the best love in the world. Why am I gonna give that up? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't complain about that love if you clearly like being the mother.
Right. She clearly exactly.
You know what it is? No, serious. To jump over that, you know what it is? Maybe you attract that type of man.
I'm ready to smack niggas' mothers for that.
Who said that? Who said that? Oh, she going to jail.
Smacking mamas.
You're gonna go to jail.
Yo.
And then you're gonna mess up the relationship with him. Come on, son, it's getting hot. We gotta end this, though. Like, we're not funny shit. It's hot, son.
Listen, Linda, listen. So,
What?
Pete, listen. So, the girl that went through that with this dude and wasn't invited to the wedding, you gotta.
Next week's topic too, by the way.
All right, we gonna get next week's topic right now. But
I'm giving next week's topic.
what is it? You got it?
Expectations.
Expectations. We did that.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all
Y'all need to do that again,
Right.
because we can talk about this shit.
No, we definitely we did do expectations, but I have a lot more viewers now that's interested in this.
So,
Right, so you
So
always
we never did part 2 to it. We
So
only did
here's
part
my
2 of
question with that.
relationships.
Is it fair to have expectations in a relationship?
Yeah, it's fair.
I disagree.
It's fair.
I disagree with you completely.
No,
I can't wait till next week.
that does not mean. It does. We did say that. We spoke about that. But it doesn't mean that it has to happen. But you can have. I can have expectations for whatever the fuck I want to have.
You absolutely can.
It doesn't mean I gotta implement.
You absolutely can have expectations.
Doesn't mean I have to implement.
You don't have to implement.
You
just don't move differently.
if those expectations
occur.
not met.
Yep.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But the main issue is
I agree with that.
people say this
Ask me,
and
can you
then
have
get mad.
expectations in a relationship?
You can.
So I feel like you can.
You can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
But
But you said
Right.
that. You heard me say that.
exactly, I heard what you said, and I agree with him.
But I don't feel like you should have expectations in a relationship.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion. My opinion is I should see how you
Because
behave.
truthfully and honestly, I personally had expectations in this relationship, and you happen to have exceeded them, and that made me
Here we go.
appreciate you
There we
more.
go.
So I feel like you can have
That
expectations.
was after
in
she
a
tried to kill me, y'all.
Right.
Now it's so appreciative now. That was she was trying to kill me though. It was crazy time. Oh, thank you for those expectations.
Oh my God.
Fuck out of here, man. And I like me saying, I'm so glad we here now. I knew you was gonna be better than that. Hell no, I didn't. You was fucking crazy for like 3 years. We just got it right. But the reason I say that to say this, yo, when we started getting everything better, when I didn't expect nothing from you, because the problem was I was expecting things without even having to say it, and that was the issue.
Exactly.
Like I would do something, I would do a lot for you, and not ask you for nothing. But you know, in the back of my mind, I would expect you to at least appreciate the shit. And that's where I was going wrong. I can't expect you to appreciate things that you don't appreciate. You might appreciate things that I don't care for.
Question with appreciation, like people show appreciation.
That is
differently.
true.
Of course.
That is true.
So
That
what
is
you
true.
may feel you want as a feedback of
That is
appreciation
true.
might not be what I feel as appreciation.
And that's why I learned not to expect from you.
Right.
Because there's things that you did that wasn't like, damn, well, why she do that when she don't see me doing it? That's stupid. So now, whatever you do is exactly what you want to do. So now I know how you're going to move. Once I expect from you, it's some other shit. But when I let you just do what you want to do, I see exactly
How
what
would
the
you
fuck
be
it is
able?
want.
How would you be able to know exactly like what appreciation is? For instance, if you do some shit for me, and I decide to suck your dick tonight, and you feel like that's just some shit that you do. Like we in a relationship, you suck my dick occasionally, whatever. That wasn't appreciation. But that was me showing you tonight. I'm gonna do it because I ain't do it yesterday, and I appreciated you for what
Well,
you
I don't
did.
really. I
How
don't consider.
do anybody
consider-
know?
To me, what I
mean?
appreciate, the things that you do for me where you get no benefit from. Sex has been. I hate when women in general.
that they
use-
give sex
oh,
as
no,
like
bitch,
a-
you getting pleased too.
So you
It's
think-
not a one-way street. What I feel is beneficial, you doing something that can really help me and has no benefit to you at all.
So how does
You cooking these meals, there's no
We all
besides,
eating.
yeah, but
That's
what I'm
what
saying,
you're supposed to do type shit.
when it's
I
times
agree
when
with
I
that.
don't got it and you
I agree.
probably come into play, that's how I see it beneficial. The shit that we do when we both could get a back end kick, that's just us being each other.
I agree with that. Like a lot of people feel like cook, clean, sex,
I don't think
those things are signs
sex
of
is a two-way street.
appreciation.
Sex is not a sign of appreciation.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of people that feel like sex, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the child is signs of appreciation.
I can't understand, like, if I got the house clean all week and you come home and let it get messy, you're not appreciating the time I'm taking to clean the house. You understand what I'm saying? But it's not that, oh, I clean this is what I need from you. No, that's expecting. If I clean this house all week and you come home and you just let shit get junky, you clearly don't appreciate that I'm keeping this house clean. But if I clean every day and you will show me every day you're gonna clean up too, yeah, that's true. But you understand what I'm saying? So it's vice versa. But I don't think sex is any type of appreciation because it's not a one-way street. You're getting pleased too. And I hate when women be like, oh, he only used me for sex.
Yeah.
So you was having
Somebody
sex
said
by
not with
yourself.
everybody. Somebody said not with everybody it is. Not with everybody it is what though? Because we just
So is it cool to withhold sex
expect.
from a partner?
So what?
Is it cool to withhold sex from a partner?
Mainly girls, because they mean the ones who do it.
That's a tricky subject.
It's even trickier when if y'all say you co-parent and y'all live in the same house, you're not obligated to have sex.
Absolutely not.
Because
Absolutely not.
Because y'all not together.
I
Absolutely
disagree.
Right.
I disagree.
No.
If we're in a relationship,
No,
No,
we're
not.
co-parenting. Me and you
Oh,
are co-parenting.
because if you with
If
me,
we are listen, if we are co-parenting and we live in the same house together, I am not obligated to give you sex. The reason why I'm saying that is I just so happen I didn't move out yet because I don't have the money.
I disagree. You my baby mama. Whatever, nigga. That's why I gave you my kid. What fuck you mean? That's what it is. All right, y'all want to keep it G? One of the reasons why you had this kid, that's mine forever. If y'all, because women will hold a kid against the man forever, so I can't expect. Yes, y'all will.
No women is not like that.
Let me rephrase that. When I say hold the kid, women will keep that connection with a small sense of expectation as a parent to that man forever. So I expect a small percentage of that pussy forever.
Right.
Forever.
A small
Just
percentage.
a small percent. Oh, we can make this quick. We can't make this quick. We don't got 3 minutes to go.
You ain't got 3 minutes.
I'm not asking for the whole circuit. I just need 3 minutes. Because you know when you get older, it don't last that long anyway. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care if if you're my child's mother and I'm taking care of these kids, and you in this house with me and we doing this together, yes, you're obligated to have sex with me.
Yes.
So what if I decide that now, you know, we still live together and everything like that, but I'm branching out. I want to start moving on.
Slowly move on. But
Yeah.
until you out this house,
Exactly. It's
I expect the obligation. See, I'm like this house.
She out the door.
Nah.
I'm dead serious.
Oh my
I'm
God.
dead serious. If we in the house here and we still doing this with these kids, come on. So
Not with every, not the,
the,
the person said not with everybody that the girl is getting pleased to.
This is
Then you need to not fuck that nigga.
They going
exactly.
They going
They're going too far, bitch.
So y'all need.
They going
So
too
the
far.
point was exactly. I say yo,
Why you
sex
getting
is a two-way street, but they will make it seem like they not getting pleased, yet continue to do so.
I'm not fucking you if I'm not getting pleased.
Exactly. So
So
cut
you
it
don't
out.
waste calories, you shouldn't waste intercourse. You know what I say?
Nigga said, well, you shouldn't be wasting intercourse.
Yo,
You
that-
shouldn't waste
that-
intercourse.
We gonna be here all night, yo.
You should treat your intercourse with a little more, a little more loving or
But I
something.
don't agree on withholding sex in a relationship. I think that's stupid.
Okay, I agree with that, but I
Yeah.
also agree that if we have children together forever, if you living in a house with me, yes, you are. I don't give a fuck if you upstairs and I'm downstairs. Can we meet the bathroom?
Right.
It's two-way street.
You go
Exactly. You can get a shower first.
Right. You get a shower.
If I'm taking care of my kids and we still doing this as a unit together, we're just out of a relationship,
Yeah.
you gotta hit me off, son.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a long week.
You just paid the rent.
Right. I said, come on, we still taking care of the business, man. Y'all playing, son. But you don't agree with that?
What, that we should
I know,
still
I just feel like
in the middle?
the reason I say that is this. I can't bring another woman here.
Right.
I'm not
And
gonna,
you didn't
I'm not
bring
gonna,
the
exactly. I'm not gonna have somebody watching the kids so I can run and do that when I can be spending time with my kids. We're not doing that. We're not together. Cool.
Right.
I know for a fact y'all wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend the first time we had sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're
why
not
we
with
can't
your
go back?
girlfriend now.
Why we can't go back to how we started? We go back to how we started, and then we say goodbye. Y'all be killing me. See, I tell you, if
Yeah,
you
You
ever
gotta take it
want
back
to
to
be,
the beginning before the ending. The beginning before the ending. Okay.
Yo.
if you ever want to leave, until you leave, you're going to be the only woman I'm having sex with. Until you leave this house.
Listen, I never said I disagree with that because there was a point in time where we weren't together and we were co-parents and I was all the way on his bed.
All the time.
He was asleep.
All the time.
He used to
But
be
that's the
asleep
other point.
in the
The point
living
I'm-
room.
Because
The
I
point
feel like
I'm
me personally, like just like y'all been in a relationship long enough, right? Say like you said, she don't have the money or you don't have the money to move out. You're not gonna he's not gonna jump like I'm gonna fuck some pussy just to, or you gonna like, no, I'm gonna go fuck. No.
That's no, I'm not gonna do
Listen,
that.
we going slowly. If this is what we want, we gonna slowly wing ourselves off to try to move out. Listen, it's like a
No,
drug.
but you
One
know,
day at a time.
sometimes
One
you know
day
what
at
the
a
issue
time.
be is with that. Once we have sex,
Yeah.
like some women feel
Yes.
like, listen, we just fucked last night.
No, first of all,
who you talking
hold
to?
up, hold up.
Are we broken up? What's the
Hold up,
story?
first-
Who you
first of
fucking
all,
with?
all the women.
Yeah,
That's
so all
all.
the
Mostly all of
co-parents,
them.
all the co-parents and shit, and all
What's the
that.
girl
goes
you
out
put
to
this
the-
like, oh, nigga,
Can I say
you
this?
sound good. You
But
sound
when y'all
good.
mad,
Yeah.
and we're holding everything, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would-
Y'all can keep all those feelings under control when y'all mad and y'all don't want to fuck with him. But y'all can't do that after sex. Grow up. That's why I hate those like, shut up. I don't even want to hear that comment. Y'all can keep y'all feelings under control for a minute if y'all mad to bring it to a boiling point.
Where you don't want to
So
give
you
no
can't
pussy.
keep it under control after we have
I
sex.
feel like it's different when you're co-parenting. That means that prior to,
No,
you know,
no,
everything
no,
was there, the
it's-
feelings, the emotions, all that.
It's a
So
big
now,
problem.
yeah. So
Ain't no-
now, when
Oh,
we
so you
have
think you
sex
just gonna
type
pipe
shit,
me
you
down?
know, it's not like you
Yeah.
gonna just be fucking me because technically I'm your baby mother. I can give you 3 minutes. So we actually gonna make these 3 minutes worth our while type shit. Okay?
And now you
So
want to know where he getting all
right.
these new moves from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on how you're receiving those new good moves and how good they
Right.
feel, your
Right.
stupid ass worried about where you get it from.
Right.
The internet.
Right.
You want to Google the shit. I gotta see what's going on because she want to leave. Let me get my shit together.
Don't move it. They coming in with
Now listen, he doing all that work. He doing all that work to keep you, or just still trying to please you, and you just focus on where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That's the point of this
Yep.
whole lie.
Yep.
Y'all worry about the wrong shit.
And that's the crazy thing about, like you said, you nigga there, like, you know what? Crazy, what's it, round corners? You know what? I'm gonna do this.
Try that next
So
week.
you go in there, you like this, nigga. You like, oh, nigga, you like this.
Now I'm gonna tell you how it goes. Nigga, you gonna pull them covers up? Hold up.
Hold up. What's this about? Hold up. Yeah, what is it?
Nothing ain't right.
Since when you do this? Since when you do that? That's what I'm saying. You come in there, egos like this, you like, yeah.
And now it's like
pussy up. I'm gonna do this new move. It was like,
All right, so question. In the situation of that case before, okay?
Oh my God. Hold up. Wait,
Question.
that was a
In
good
a
thing.
situation like that too, yes, but also, so y'all doing that to see or figure out why we trying to leave or why we co-parenting at this point? Are we trying to make it right?
No, what I'm
Is
saying
somebody
is, no,
leaving?
what I'm saying is,
Like, are we trying
I
to get
know
back
she
on
already
Hey,
leaving. I know you leaving. Let me let you know why you should second guess it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So, okay.
I'm not doing it
So
to
that's
make
what
you
that's
stay.
for.
No, but let you know. Oh, you want to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to leave?
You wanna leave?
Oh, you want to leave? Okay. Get your ass out the door and call me when you get where you at. Let me know you safe.
Make sure you safe. We work.
Exactly.
We work.
We be worried about y'all.
Listen.
What?
We
That's
out.
it. Thank you.
We out.
Nigga
That
said, hold
was
on.
2
Let me
hours.
call you. Oh, his shot be made.
Pass.
Today.
We will be back next Sunday, not Monday.
Speech.
Don't tune in on a Monday. This Monday was an exception because it was
Yo,
a weekend.
They be acting like
Extra
that
day.
one text of I'm saved gonna change the whole world.
Right.
I'm saying, oh, they shot me after I text you, Tia. Get the fuck out.
Thank you. I'm over here touching your screen. Can
Come
you
on,
get this?
son. You come on, son. First of all, I'm hot.
I'm wow.
I'm hot.
You got your body too.